a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. And by University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Now, welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling.
And welcome in one final time to the Chrysler Arena in the Chrysler Center for the final session of the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Stephen Grace and Mark Ironside saying thanks for coming along as we enter this session with the Hawkeyes sitting in second place in the team race. There is a path for the Hawkeyes to win this, as we're actually only 7.5 points behind, or 6.5 points behind Penn State, but going to need to take care of business ourselves and look for some help as well, as Penn State has 129, Iowa 122.5, Nebraska sitting in third at 97.5, and then Ohio State and Minnesota rounding out your top five. Mark, we talked about it when we went off just a little while ago. Yeah, there's different situations, this, that, the other thing, a lot of different ways that you can look at it, but it all boils down to we got to come out, we got to step on the mat, we got to wrestle our matches, put as many points on the board as possible, and see where things come out after that.
That is, we got an opportunity to win three Big Ten titles here this afternoon, and I tell you what, if we could do that, that would be phenomenal. It'd be great for these guys, be good springboard into the national championships. We had a good medal match round. Our guys seem to be wrestling pretty aggressively and staying healthy and looking pretty good. So coming up with some big wins, some big matches, and we've got three huge matches here today, starting us off right out of the gate with Spencer Lee. And just like in any normal dual meet, what better way to start it off with Spencer Lee coming out, taking on Cronin, who you had mentioned earlier. He was pinned twice, so should be a real, and not only the Iowa Hawkeyes, but all the other matchups too. This is going to be a great Big Ten finals, like a mini nationals. Some of these matches we're watching in the Big Ten championships right now, we're probably going to be watching in a couple weeks from now on Saturday night down at Tulsa on the national final stage as well.
Should be a lot of exciting ones. Spencer Lee, Real Woods, and Patrick Kennedy wrestling in the finals. Max Murin and Tony Cassiope wrestling for third. And then Nelson Brands and Jacob Warner wrestling for fifth. As this meat grinder of a tournament is coming to a close. Today's tournament preview brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings. Shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. Going to start at 125, work our way through, as they will have each of the weight classes in order. And don't know if you noticed, Mark, that 122.5 for the Hawkeyes is a little different than when we signed off earlier. Jacob Warner will win by medical forfeit over Caffey of Michigan State. So Jacob has won his fifth place match. 2 bonus points for the Hawkeyes, so 3 more points on the team score.
Have they included into that?
That is included in there now, yes.
From Minnesota,
the fifth place bout here at 125. A rematch of the quarterfinals, the 5-seed McKee of Minnesota against the 4-seed Barnett of Wisconsin. McKee pinned Barnett earlier in the tournament. The third place match, Ramos of Purdue will win by medical forfeit over the number 6-seed De Agostino of Northwestern. And then Spencer Lee and Liam Cronin.
Well, here we go. What a great day, huh? We just finished up the Iowa men's basketball game where they lost 81-77 to Nebraska. And now the Big Ten championships are on. People tuning in from all over watching this. Listening on the radio, watching on TV, and the women's game coming up here soon. And exciting time in Iowa athletics here today. And this is a big match here at 125 pounds for Spencer Lee and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Spencer Lee, as we talked about earlier, trying to compete, and it's not something he steps on the mat and thinks about every day. He just goes out there and does his business and does his job. But unless something tragic happens, going after that third Dan Hodge award.
Trying to become a 3-time Big Ten champion.
He lost to, in the Big Ten's, I don't remember what year it was. And now it seems so long ago.
Tomasello was freshman year in the semifinals, wasn't it?
Tomasello, yes. And then from Northwestern, Seabass.
Yeah, Rivera. Cronin touched Spencer's foot momentarily, but Spencer was able to just pull that away. Now Spencer
nice
hits a
shot.
sweep, gets him draped up over the back, dumps him
Hooks
off,
the
hooks
ankle.
the ankle, trying to pop his head free. Cronin locked around the chest, trying to squeeze real tight. Spencer just continuing, pressuring in, driving, seeing if he can get that head popped free. He's got him all the way down. There's the 2 takedown for Spencer. That should be some near falls now, shouldn't it?
See how Spencer's so smart, knows the rules, knows the position, gets a wide base right there, puts him on his hip right there to get the 2-point takedown instead of just staying right where he was at. Spencer's so good there, so smart.
2-0, 49 seconds to go, or 49 seconds off the clock here, first period. Get a fresh start off the stalemate. Spencer traps that arm. Cronin rolls through. Spencer continuing to drive forward, trying to get that arm down again. Reaching with that right hand across to get that wrist trapped.
Cronin, the first of 5 Big Ten finalists for Nebraska, too. Nebraska had a great semifinals last night, went 5 for 5. Spencer trying to get that wrist locked up if he can on Cronin here so he can get his tilt in.
Cronin pulling those hands out. Spencer now trying to lever the triceps. On the left side, Cronin up to his feet. Reaches back over top with the overhook. Spencer just lets him out for the escape, then drops in on a nice duck. Cuts off, head to the outside single. Cronin hopping around on that left foot. Spencer adjusting, picks him up, drives him down, and gets behind for 2 more. Cronin bounces right back up. Spencer picks him up, throws him down, almost tries to catch him there with his leg as he rolled through.
Look at Spencer trying to turn him over here.
And he's going to, he went all the way around.
Spencer is always looking to pin, always looking for near falls. Any way possible position that he can, he's trying to put someone to his back.
Well, as they rolled there, Cronin reached out and actually grabbed Spencer's leg. He has Spencer's leg right now, but Spencer, from that position, able to put that half in. Cronin rolled through from underneath.
Spencer has right time locked up, too.
Cradle.
Right on the edge here. We got 44 seconds to go here in the first period. But just how when Cronin was able to get up to his feet, and applaud Cronin, not too many people are able to get their feet and get away from Spencer Lee, and he did. But the second he gets out, Spencer Lee wastes no time, hits a beautiful duck. Head of the outside duck right into kind of like a high crotch, picks Cronin up and puts him down for a 2-point takedown. And that should be something that the rest of the field out there pretty much and all the college athletics can take a note from that page, getting right back to the offense.
Yeah.
Right back to the offense. Okay, instead of saying, oh, yeah, I'm up 2-1, I'm just going to hang out the rest of the period or whatever. Bam! And that's what makes Spencer Lee Spencer Lee.
Spencer trying to get that arm bar on the left side again. Final 10 seconds here, the first period. Cronin trying to build his base, gets that left arm cleared out. Spencer deep waist on the right side. You know that Mark Manning and company working hard on Cronin, keeping those hands out because Spencer likes those tilts so well.
Well, the end of the first period, Spencer's ahead 4-1. He has 2:07 ride time. Spencer's choice. He's going to choose down. Both Tom and Terry in the corner for Spencer. Brian Snyder and Delagnov in the corner for Cronin. Kind of funny that you have your heavyweight coaches in the corner for the 125-pounder.
Yeah. Spencer to his feet. Almost out for the escape. Actually spun too far, and Cronin gets back on him, but Spencer gets the hand control the second time and out for the escape. Lee leads 5-1. 1:54 of riding time. Goes for that shot again. Missed. Cronin threw that leg out wide. Spencer, another duck. Tries to get up into an underhook. Now Cronin reaches for the leg. Or just a shot to keep the ref off of him. Spencer reaches for that shot again from a ways away. Cronin sprawls back.
Yeah, Spencer's shooting a lot. Now he's having a hard time getting to the legs. Cronin doing a good job of fighting him off in there, but Spencer continues to keep attacking, and people wonder sometimes why Spencer gets so tired. I will say he wrestles so hard when he comes out. And a lot of what he does with so much, he just uses so much strength to get it too. And that burns up a lot of energy. Like, he gets something, he squeezes so hard and uses his whole body to try and finish something, and it takes a lot of effort to do that.
Cronin tried a little slide by, and we get into an underhook. Now Spencer looking for that double under, but Cronin swims out. 40 seconds to go here, second period. Cronin now trying to throw that underhook on the left side. Double leg attempt there by Cronin. Tries to cut off the double. Spencer gets the hips back, though. That was a Good shot by Cronin, too. It just shows Spencer's defense. And now Spencer comes back in, hits a sweep, head to the inside, cuts off, 2 hands to the leg, gets him draped up over the back. Short time here, just 12 seconds in the period.
Probably going to end right here in stalemate. Spencer's kind of stopped trying to score right there with. That's it. So end of the second period, Spencer leads 5-1, and he has 2 minutes riding time. It's going to be Cronin's choice. He's going to go neutral.
(5-1), 6-1 with the riding time for Spencer.
Cronin takes a shot right there. Comes at Spencer. Spencer sprawls, squares up, back up to their feet, and you know Cronin's coming hard against Spencer here in this third period, trying to catch him a little bit tired, see if he can sneak a takedown in on him here. These guys had a 2-hour weigh-in this morning. I believe they weighed in at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, yeah. And don't you get a 1 pound allowance today, too?
Yes.
.120 to go. Front headlock by Spencer after Cronin dropped for a shot. Cronin trying to find that underhook on the right side.
I think Spencer will be looking for an underhook. There's a stall call on Spencer. Boy, I tell you what.
The way we've seen stuff all tournament long. And then they call one there.
Yeah, unbelievable. And Spencer took how many shots in that second period even? The first period and second period.
Yeah. Cronin a shot from a ways away. Spencer adjusts, gets to his own shot. Same position we were earlier and finishes for another takedown.
That a boy Spencer Lee. That a boy Spencer Lee. That's how you answer the bell to a stall call. Drop right back in and onto your own shot for a takedown and get right back on top. So 7-1 right now. Has riding time. That's 8-1. Deep waist. 22 seconds to go here in the match. But I'd love to see him get a turn here yet this period in the match here.
Can't get that arm. Cronin up to his feet. Spencer lets him out. Shot again by Cronin right on the edge. Spencer, that whizzer in.
That's going to do it. Spencer Lee is going to win that one 8-2.
3-time Big Ten champion is Spencer Lee.
4-time Big Ten finalist. 3-time Big
He
Ten
wins
national champion.
8-2 over the number 2 seed Cronin from Nebraska. Standing ovation from the Hawkeye crowd. There's a few others. Michigan, Penn State, respecting greatness right there. Got a video review over in the 5th place match.
Spencer, great ambassador for the sport. What do we got going on over here? 5-4 in favor of McKee. Who won between Ramos and DeAgostino? DeAgostino forfeited?
DeAgostino forfeited, so Ramos won, yes. Four points for the Hawkeyes with that win by Spencer. Now makes it 129 to 126.5. Penn State coming out here at 133 will have Roman Bravo Young. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, Homewood Suites and Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Spencer getting interviewed on the Big Ten Network. Always throws me, Wisconsin wearing black singlets tonight. Black with the red trim and red lettering.
Kathy on the big screen. It's Kathy Lee. She's up there starting to dance a little bit. Spencer always does a great job with his interviews and stuff, too. Always very respectful of his opponents. And what he does, everybody thinks it's easy. They just think he's just that good. He's just that great. And he is good. He is great. But he's not that good great. He makes it look so much easier than what it truthfully is. he has to work so incredibly hard out there, and he's gotten to the point where everybody just expects him to be like a magician and Superman and just automatic, and it's just not even close to that easy for him. Even though he is Spencer Lee, and what Spencer Lee does, a lot of other people just can't do, but he works his tail off, and it's not the cakewalk or the red carpet like a lot of people think that it would be. He's down there signing autographs in the tunnel right now. Signing shirts. Dead tired down there. He just did an interview, and now he's down there signing autographs right in the tunnel for kids. Now they started something. Now all kinds of kids are coming down.
Barnett leads that one 6-3, plus he's got riding time over McKee. 55 seconds left. Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that could or should very well lock up second place at worst for the Hawkeyes. I don't think Nebraska can catch us now. They had 5 in the finals. In essence, they could have scored. If they won all 4 of them by fall, that would be 6 points each, so that would be 30. So that would put them at 127.5. But obviously they did not win that one, so that drops them back. They do have a couple guys in the wrestlebacks that could add, I think, upwards of 3 points. So it might still be an outside chance, but Hawkeyes sitting in a good spot to, at the very least, finish second. Need some help to knock Penn State off several times tonight if we want a chance to try to come away with the first place trophy. Final seconds tick away. It looks like Barnett is going to avenge his earlier loss and come back for 5th. I'm sure BTN's got to love this, where they're just sitting there talking like we are without being able to.
That's Barnett winning down there for Wisconsin over McKee.
Well, let's step out. We'll take our first time out of this final session. We'll be back with more right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
On the podcast Really No Really, join best friends Jason Alexander and Peter Tilden, along with experts, newsmakers, and celebrities, in a search for answers to life's most baffling, intriguing, and annoying questions. You know, those things that make you go, really? No, really?
I think there was a 17-year-old in Rhode Island who ran a candidate that was a deepfake.
Really? Wait, that's news to me. That's Really No Really right there.
Really No Really.
Listen to Really No Really on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The best beers are the ones shared with friends. Gather yours and join the fun with Travel Leaders Destination Unlimited and their 23 Oktoberfest and Bohemian Adventure. Go on a trolley beer crawl in Prague, raft a river, climb a mountain, and celebrate in Munich's Oktoberfest. Learn more at duagency.com.
Stock up on your big game essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids is your one-stop shop, offering Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, plus Edgewood locker meats and a wide variety of Iowa-made products. At Local Craft Cellar, they have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Stop by today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, that's 7085 C Avenue Northeast. Please drink responsibly.
Making a move from the outhouse to the penthouse? Do you have property your brothers need help with transferring ownership? Do you love everything Hawkeye from Kinnick to Carver? Then you'll want to talk with us. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement, ready to serve you high-quality real estate title and closing services. Oh, and we also love our Iowa basketball. But we're also happy to assist Cyclone fans, too. Hawkeye Title and Settlement of Iowa City and HawkeyeTitle.com. The team you love, the people you trust.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Well, welcome back to the Chrysler here Arena in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We're getting ready to start the 133-pound Big Ten Finals. Spencer Lee just won here for the Iowa Hawkeyes. He beat Cronin of Nebraska by a score of 8-2. It was a good match for Spencer Lee. He didn't get the major like a lot of people think that he should be getting at least bonus points in every single match, but he gets bonus points in a lot of matches. But that's a tough and worthy opponent. Right now we got Roman Bravo Young of Penn State coming out and taking on Nagayo, Aaron Nagayo of Minnesota. He's the number 6 seed. He got here by beating the number 3 seed Lucas Bird of Illinois in sudden victory. And then he beat the number 2 seed Mendez of Ohio State, also in sudden victory. And then in your third place match, you have Lucas Bird taking on Cannon of Northwestern. And then fifth place match is Ragusin of Michigan taking on Mendez of Ohio State. And then Brody Teske has already finished for the tournament here. And he qualified for the Iowa Hawkeyes, finishing 7th in the Big Ten tournament.
Underway on all 3 mats.
Teske was seated, 8th coming in?
Seated 8th, finished 7th.
So he wrestled one spot, one notch above his seed. They're taking 9 there, I believe, and he secured that. The Hawkeyes taking all 10 guys to the NCAA tournament. Penn State taking 9.
I know we always look at where we finish compared to our seeds. Still a lot left to wrestle. Spencer did at number 1, finished first. Teske was 8th and finished in 7th. Woods first, and will finish either first or second. Max Murin is 4th. He'll finish either 3rd or 4th. Kobe Siebrecht a little under his. He was the 5 seed and finished in 7th place. Patrick Kennedy, the 3 seed. He'll finish above either 1st or 2nd. Nelson Brands was the number 7 seed. He'll finish above either number 5 or 6. Abe Assad will finish a little below as the 5 seed. He finished 7th. Jacob Warner as the number 5 seed finished in 5th, so he wrestled to his. And Tony Cassiope as the number 3 seed has a chance to wrestle for 3rd tonight. So pretty close to where we were with seeds. Would have been nice to get maybe Abe and Kobe into those consolation semifinals. But this is a tough tournament.
You think? Extremely tough tournament.
I was talking to, again, Cody Goodwin from the Des Moines Register. We were talking about a variety of things. And I was talking about just making it exciting and putting on a show and whatnot. And I said, I realized that I wouldn't last 45 seconds out there. I mean, it's hard to go 7 minutes. It's hard to go 3 minutes. I get that. But at the same time, you find a way, if that's, you're an athlete, that's your job, is to come out here and perform. You find a way to condition yourself and train to be able to try to do that. And that's what some of the best have been able to do over their careers, is come out and score points at will, early, often, get some things done. Roman Bravo Young, a nice double leg, but Nagao showing some great defense, trying to kick away. Bravo Young trying to pull him back in. Penn State fans wanting a stall call. Oh, that is garbage. What else is he supposed to do? I mean, Nagao literally kicked away from the hold. I mean, I guess he stood there. If he would have come back to the center of the mat quicker, would they have not called that stall call? And then Bravo Young with a very explosive takedown.
Super nice shot. Bravo Young is so stinking quick. So fast. He went back to the center, had 8 seconds on the clock, and got a takedown.
So he leads 2-0, literally with no time on the clock. He got no riding time. He got less than 1 second. Bird right now leading Cannon 1-0 in the second period. That's for 3rd place. That's the 3 versus the 4. And then the 5 versus the 2. Right now the 5 seed Ragusin leads the 2 seed Mendez of Ohio State. Ragusin from Michigan. That is a 3-2 score in the second period. I didn't look. Did Nagao go neutral here to begin the third? Or begin the second against Bravo Young?
I didn't see. I thought Bravo Young had 2 takedowns in that period. That was the only one at the end. I thought he had one earlier than that.
He had one earlier, but Nagao, again, showed great defense and fought out of it. I went and looked, and Nagao did not wrestle in the dual meet against us. So there's another nice double leg by RBY. Finishes for the 2.
Beautiful double. He gets in on that double. He just cuts the corner so quick, so fast. Like, he doesn't get it on a shot and sit and hold.
Right.
He finishes so quick. He gets around that corner so fast. It's like when he hits that shot, his feet just come around that corner so fast, like windshield wipers. And then, there's nowhere. So when the guy goes to sprawl and defend, there's no body there for you to kind of fall onto. It's just the mat, and it's just quick takedowns.
Well, doesn't that come back to what you were talking about earlier, where there's a lot of anticipation, but when you're doing it offensively, it's not, hey, there's your leg, I'm going to go grab your leg. Now I have your leg. I'm grabbing your leg, but knowing that there's 3 more things you have to do, continuing that action to be able to finish quick and effective.
And a lot of that stems from your drilling. You drill it like how he's hitting it. You don't drill it and then kind of sit there for a second, then hit your finish. It's a quick shot, quick finish. That's what you always say, quick shot, quick finish, quick shot, quick finish. And you have to drill it like that. Your hands have to be in place. Your head has to be in place. As Rad Alger says, where your head goes, your body follows.
Yep.
Had a nice, good conversation with Rad Alger in the lounge this morning. And what do they call that down there in the hotel?
Just the main lobby area.
Main lobby, yeah, lobby, lounge lobby.
There's a locked hands call against RBY.
Good old Rad Alger. He's something else. Brother of Royce.
Many times as I've seen and talked to Royce, I don't know if I've ever met Rad.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
You're missing out. Everybody knows Rad. Everybody knows Royce, but everybody knows Rad.
I guess, was he the one that was talking about that you gave the snacks to?
Yes.
That was Rad? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never met him before, so.
He's funny. He's an Alger. He's funny. They keep you on your toes. Never a dull moment around the Algers.
So RBY chose neutral, and now Nagao is choosing top against RBY.
And RBY just went straight down to the mat, head and arms straight down to the mat to try and prevent a leg, it looks like, on the right side from coming in. Over on the other mats, looks like Michigan just got away. Ragusan just got away from Mendez, who he takes a 4-3 lead with 1:40 to go in that match. Mendez coming at Ragusan hard. Ragusan comes backstrapping in on a shot on Mendez, has it up in the air, see if he can finish this. He's trying to trip him up, and oh my goodness, Mendez does like a big roundhouse kick somersault out of there. Still has not gotten taken down yet.
That should be 2 now, it looks like. Maybe not. Trying to get that right arm cut across the rest of the way.
The guy of Minnesota still riding on top of RBY, and RBY just immediately put his head to the mat again. Now he's trying to come up into a tripod. And this is why I think if RBY and Spencer ever wrestled each other, RBY would struggle on that bottom position against Spencer.
Yeah.
You don't see RBY in the down position very often. I don't know how good he really is underneath there because he's never there.
He's got that leg pulled out. It's up on the hip rather than in between the legs. Now they stalemate him again.
Bird and Cannon right now. Looks like a stall warning against Cannon. That's all tied up 1-1 with 50 seconds to go. They're in the neutral position. A couple of wild and crazy matches going on for 3rd and 5th.
RBY about ready to get an escape.
Well,
does not, but gets a stall call against Nagao. Ragusan's going to win over there for 5th. 1-1 still the score between Cannon and Bird. And Roman Bravo Young going to get ridden out the entire third period. He'll give up a riding time point, but he's going to win by a score of 5-2.
Victory on mat number 1 between Bird and Cannon.
Cannon and Bird going to OT. RBY wins that one by a score of 5-2.
U.S. Cellular is on a mission to find us again by putting down our phones in the Phones Down for 5 challenge. 5 days, 5 hours, even 5 minutes. Find out more at uscellular.com/findus. Bird in on a shot, trying to cut off to the double, but Cannon reaching back, grabbing an ankle. Bird finishes for the 2. So Bird is going to win that.
3-1.
We're going to step out and take a break. We'll be back with 141 pounds right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali.
And I'm Briley.
We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the off-season, conditioning is number 1.
At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round.
And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball.
Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first.
Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
Hey, it's Nate Burleson. Check out my new podcast, The Process with Nate Burleson. It debuts with my first guest, Rihanna. Her interview was just a taste of the heat we will bring you here on The Process. I'll talk to A-list celebrities, athletes, and visionaries about their process. What steps did they take to achieve greatness? New episodes of The Process with Nate Burleson drop all year long on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you find your podcasts.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back in Ann Arbor at the Chrysler Arena, Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside. Spencer Lee just receiving his brackets and medal for winning his 3rd Big Ten championship. Get ready for 141 pounds. Joseph Zargo of Wisconsin winning by forfeit over the 5-seed Berglund of Minnesota for 7th place. 5th place match will be the number 4-seed Frankie Tal-Shahar of Northwestern against the number 8-seed Parker Filius of Purdue. 3rd place will be the number 9-seed Dylan DeAmilio of Ohio State against the number 2-seed Bo Bartlett of Penn State. And your finals matchup, Iowa's Real Woods, the number 1 seed, taking on the number 3-seed Brock Hardy of Nebraska. Those two met back in January in Carver Hawkeye Arena.
That's a tough.
February. I can't remember when that was.
February, I'm pretty sure.
February.
That
Either
was a
way,
tough
6-4 was the final.
Really tough match for Real Woods. This Hardy kid, man, I'm telling you, paid more attention to him this year, and especially here at this tournament, and how he beat Bartlett and stuff. And then when we wrestled him in the dual meet, but Hardy. He was the number 3 seed coming in with Bartlett the number 2 seed. But this Brock Hardy is 27-4 in the season. Just a stingy wrestler, super hard to take down. can really roll. He can scramble. He's got great hips, just gritty. He really, really impressed me in the dual meet when we wrestled him earlier this year at Carver Hawkeye Arena. So Real Woods, man, he's going to have to wrestle another really good match here in the finals to beat Brock Hardy again from Nebraska. And Woods has been wrestling good this tournament. He got a pin against Phileas, and then did he score any takedowns against Tashahar? What was that score?
It's 3-0. I'm
trying to think of how he scored. It might have been a takedown. But he struggled. It wasn't in the first period. He tried. He tried hard. He came out hard like he always does. But Tashahar really did a good job in that match of shutting down the offense from Real Woods. And then Tashahar didn't go down underneath him either. He chose neutral.
And now for our championship finals at 141 pounds. They wrestle for 5th place on mat 2. Out of the
Real Woods has been a great addition to the Hawkeye program this year, transferred in from Stanford. Fit right in with our Hawkeyes, and we've been very fortunate to have him here on the team.
D'Amelio. And out of the green corner from Penn State, Bo Bartlett.
Still just amazing to me. You know, you see Iowa, Penn State, your top two teams, and they've had the same singlets all weekend. So many of these other teams have 3 or 4 different singlets that they wear. I mean, they've got a different singlet on every session.
This is nothing. You should see high school wrestling, Steven. It is so bad.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. These high school kids, especially like the state tournaments and stuff, what I'm trying to call them, you know, they've got 6-7 guys qualified, and 4 of them will be all wearing different singlets in the same session.
Huh.
Like, it's how you can't even pay attention. Like, you can't go off of a singlet.
I'm surprised the state hasn't tried to regulate
I am too.
that.
I think they should. I tried to talk to them. So I don't care if you wear a different color singlet every session. Just during that session, everybody has to wear the same singlet.
Nice little slide-by action there by Hardy, but Woods squares up. Woods had come out right off the whistle and tried hitting a low single. Then we came back to that 2-on-1. Just dives into the leg, down to the ankle. Hardy able to kick out of it, though. Woods still hustling, trying to get up back around behind the arms. Not there. Now drops down to the ankle, right on the edge. Trying to pull him back in. Gets that leg up onto the hip.
Pull it in. Bring him to the center. There you go. Good job, Real Woods. See how he's bringing him all the way to the center? Nice job, Real Woods. See how he went high up under the shoulder with it?
He drove into
it.
it.
See that takedown?
Just like you talked about.
That is what Jacob Warner literally needs to watch. That's exactly what Jacob Warner needs to watch right there. From the very beginning, the first shot, how he got to the ankle, how he pulled him all the way to center, how he took it up on his shoulder, and how he finished. That is textbook. Against a great defensive wrestler.
Yeah.
That's how you take away the defense.
Hardy working hard, trying to get out from underneath Woods. Real, able to trip him back down. Now he's starting to lever that triceps on the right side. Throwing that deep waist in with his left arm. Trying to get that arm back. 1:45 to go, first period. Woods a 2-0 lead. 38 seconds and counting of riding time. Tom Brands, Ryan Morningstar in Real's corner. Lost the wrist. Goes back to that triceps. Almost got a hip tilt.
Uh-oh.
Now
Hardy has our
grabs
leg
our
turned into us, trying to get a reversal on us. Now we're pushing back into him. That's tough wrestling right there by Real Woods.
Almost held him there with our leg for a near fall.
That is really good, tough wrestling by Real Woods. He was in danger there of getting reversed. Hardy had our leg, and we just pushed our own leg right back into Hardy. Gave it right back. Remember what we were saying earlier? If you want to fight something off, you take it the fight to them, you push back into them, and that's exactly what Real Woods did.
Tom Brand's going to challenge because Hardy had rolled through and Real held him there. Thought it should have been a 2 count. Tom not happy with that at all.
Tom says he wants a 2 count. Yeah, Tom says he wants a 2 count right there.
Tom not afraid to plead his case either. He's going to let the referees know. As it stands, 55 seconds remain first period. It's a 2-0 lead for Real Woods. He's got 1:26 of riding time. No score in the third place or fifth place match. Again, Zargo, the 11 seed from Wisconsin, punched his ticket to Tulsa, finishing in 7th. Not handing the brick back, so I'm guessing that's no near falls. Tom, not happy at all.
Referees just
Conrad Duffy, the side ref. Matt Sorochinski, the main ref. So, fresh start, restart. Woods stand behind the arms as Hardy trying to switch back into us. Looking to pull that right arm back. Hardy had his hand up on his head trying to slow it down. Hip tilt. No count yet. Woods, not the same as Spencer Mark, but similar in the fact that, he keeps that relentless pressure. He tries a variety of things.
Yeah,
He's got one that he loves, but he's been working a couple of different holds here.
100%. 15 seconds left to go here in the first period. Real Woods has just been, look at all the, you just see, like you're talking about, so much pressure by Real Woods. All that weight forward, constantly getting the wrist, but not just trying to ride. The reason he does this is because he turns, now there's a suicide tilt, now he's getting a near falls. Did he have time to get a 2 count? He did get a 2 count. Now they're going to challenge that there wasn't a 2 count, that the period was up. Nebraska's going to challenge and say the period was up, time was up, there was only a 1 count. So, what a great tilt right there by Real Woods. Locked up that wrist and arm. Suicide rolled through, got him over. And I don't know. I was looking at the wrestling. Here you're going to see the tilt on the replay. 1, 2.
I think, if
but
you
I don't see where the clock is in the background.
But if you see the guy behind doing the clock, you could kind of see the ref had his second hand up, and then they throw the arms out wide.
See here from a different angle. 1, 2.
See, he's putting the 2 up as the guy's saying time's out.
Yeah, so judging by that, looks like the time's going to be out, though.
You think so?
I think so. I think judging by that, he was saying time's up. Real Woods, though, this guy gets cheated out of more near fall points this entire season out of anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah.
All the time. Tom and I were just talking about this the other day. Who was it against? Was it against Hardy in the dual meet?
Might have been. He's had a couple of them.
Was this the one where they went back to the time where they challenged it and they only gave him 2?
Look at Tom. Excited. Yeah, I think you're right. Because they waved it off. So it's a 2-0 lead for Real Woods going into the third. Or into the second, excuse me. Woods' choice. He's going to start down. Real has 2:20 of riding time. And that wasn't Woods just kind of hanging out on top. That was Woods having to work hard because Hardy was trying to get out. Hardy trying to throw a half in, seeing if he can erase some of that riding time, maybe get a tilt.
Yeah, Hardy's almost turned in Woods now. Got a 1 count.
Real trying to get those hands peeled out. Hardy's got a leg in. Real posting the arms. Trying to scoot those hips away. Hardy trying to come up into a half. Real.
Up to his feet.
Stands
trying
up.
to get out. Hardy trying to really horse him through right here. He's up to his feet trying to get 1 here. Hardy trying to return to the mat. Woods kind of goes for broke there trying to get out. Now he's giving up a leg turk. Hardy got him back down to the mat. He's got a leg turk on him. He's not in good position here, but Hardy has it below the knee of Real Woods. So as long as it's below the knee, not above the knee, but he's trying to work it in above the knee. Real Woods is kind of in a little bit of trouble here. He still has riding time by 16 seconds, but that's going to be erased pretty soon because he's not in any type of position he's going to get out anytime soon. There he gets his leg free now. Now Hardy throws the other leg in. Now Hardy just basically stalling on top.
And we get called for stalling on the bottom.
What? He has the leg hooked in a figure 4. He can't even bring it up underneath him. He can bring the other leg up. Wow.
That's where I've struggled all along.
I'm saying that they look at calling Hardy for stalling. They call us. Unbelievable. Oh, my God, and another call. I have never, ever, ever seen such a homer call. Never seen such a homer call.
Wow.
Whoa.
Hardy goes neutral.
He has... Ride time's not a factor. Real Woods up 2-1, but he's been called for stalling twice. Both terrible calls. Is that JR? Who is that?
Is that Sorchinski?
The referee?
I think so.
I don't know. Bartlett won over there.
Looks like Phileas beat Tal Shahar as well. Minute 20 to go in regulation. 2-1 is the lead for Real Woods over Hardy.
Unbelievable. Unreal. Called twice for stalling like that. Now Hardy in on a shot on us. Wizarding is the Real Woods. Hardy trying so hard to finish this shot. Woods in some trouble here. Hardy has her leg up in the air. Now Woods, nice job, pushes back into him and gets that toe to the mat.
45 on the clock.
Come on, Woods, stay in there. Be aggressive. Get to the leg of Hardy. Get to the leg of Hardy.
Don't let him force sudden victory by getting another stall call. Oh, and then he gets caught a little flat-footed, able to fight out of it momentarily as Hardy gets in on a shot again. Woods throwing that whizzer in.
Hardy literally went limp arm out, hanging on for his dear life as Real Woods. Real Woods in some danger here.
Last second. Each guy sitting the other way, trying to come through the back door. Hardy hanging on. No points yet. Now Woods standing up, trying to sit back into Hardy.
Come up to your feet.
Elevating. Hardy trying to hang on, see if he can grab both legs. Woods trying to turn back into him. 3, 2, 1.
Yes!
Real Woods away with the win.
That's how you beat the opponent. That's how you beat the opposing coaches. That's how you beat the referees. That wasn't pretty, but he got the job done. No near-fall points. It could have been near-fall points right there.
Hold the phone. They're challenging if there was a takedown.
It ain't no takedown. God dang. Those stall calls, I just can't even believe the stall calls. I mean, if that's the case, why weren't we calling Hardy in the first period and we're trying to tilt him up I don't know how many times? And he's just laying with his shoulders to the mat.
No takedown confirmed. So they do confirm Real Woods is your champion. We're going to step out and take a timeout. We'll be back with more from Ann Arbor. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent.
Dynamite is nutrition.
Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I have some exciting news to share. At Wahlburgers, we are all about bringing the family together to enjoy a great meal and have a great time. That's why right now, for a limited time, kids eat free every day at all Hy-Vee Wahlburger locations. Kids 12 and under can enjoy one free kids meal with any purchase of an adult burger, sandwich, or entree salad.
Bring the family to Wahlburgers and the Wahlburgers and Hy-Vee stores, where right now kids can eat free.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route, local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back in Ann Arbor, the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Hawkeyes with 2 individual champions so far. One more coming in the form of Patrick Kennedy. Looking for a couple of third place and a couple of fifth place winners yet tonight as well. Hawks just 3.5 points behind Penn State. 134 to 130.5. Spencer Lee and Real Woods both with hard-fought victories for the titles. $149. Getting ready to get going. 7th place, Chance Lamer of Michigan winning by medical forfeit in the 7th place bout. Caden Rooks of Indiana winning by medical forfeit for 5th place over Yaya Thomas. 3rd place will be Iowa's 4th-seeded Max Murin taking on the number 5 seed Shane Van Ness of Penn State. Van Ness and Murin wrestled in the quarterfinals, with Murin winning 4-2. Max also won 4-1 in the dual meet this year. Your championship, top seed Sammy Sasso of Ohio State taking on the number 6 seed Michael Blockus of Minnesota. I always ask you this, New Hampton, is it?
Yes.
I knew it was up by Waterloo generally, but
I just cannot believe those 2 stall calls right there. That fast.
Yeah.
I mean, with like 2 seconds left in the period, too, for another one. That referee right there, he 100% has something against either Real Woods or is, for some reason, has some type of relationship with Nebraska or something going on in that match to call 2 stall calls that fast in a situation where he wasn't even stalling on the bottom. When that's a situation they never, ever call stalling. Ever.
If they call that consistently, I don't care. Because if you're going to call it like that 100% of the time, then fine. You get used to it. But when you get guys that are just laying on top, not moving, the guy on bottom's trying to get his base established. I mean, even when you build your base, you've seen guys get called for stalling before. And that was almost what was happening there, where Woods was trying to get
to build his
free
base
and get his base built.
Here's the deal. Hardy's has the right leg of Woods figure forward. So when that happens and he's flat down on his belly, he can't bring that leg up. It's physically impossible because he has that leg figured forward. So what do? You bring up your left leg. His left leg was brought up. His knee was under him. He's trying to get hand control so he can come up to his base. If his left leg was still flat on the mat, he's just laying completely flat on his belly, not even bringing his free leg up underneath him, then that would constitute as stalling. But he wasn't. The left leg is up. The right leg he can't, because Hardy's the one that's stalling on the top by figure four-ing the leg and now off to one side or the other or trying to make a turn.
Yeah.
That is the worst refereeing I may have ever seen in my entire life being called from the top position. I will take that to the bank 100%. The referee and the officiating just it's disgusting. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse by not only the year, but literally by the match.
Yeah. Getting ready to get things started here at 149.
It's so inconsistent. Look at Sasso run out to the mat. He's got his backpack on. I've never seen that before. Ever. That's funny.
Murin and Van Ness over on mat number 1.
Come on, Murin. This is a big match for Murin.
Yeah. Go a long ways towards seeding for Max when you get to the NCAAs as well. Underway down there on mat number 1. Murin with a sweep attempt. Couldn't touch the leg. Keeping a lot of pressure on Van Ness's head. Look at that block. It takes Sasso down on a double leg. Wow.
His opponent from Ohio State, Sammy Sasso. 23 wins, 2 losses on the season. Sasso has been...
Yeah, the bottom half of this bracket really got upset. 2 and 3 seeds both went down. Murin trying to work something over there against Van Ness. This was a quarterfinal match, is that right?
Yes. 4-2 in favor of Murin.
Both shot at the same time right there, and they come back up. A lot of these matches right now being wrestled could be wrestled again in the medal match rounds at the NCAAs or semifinal consolations. There's a nice shot by Murin. Beautiful shot. Knee and ankle. Drop down for a double. One hand on the knee, one hand on the ankle, and that's when a guy cannot defend. Great shot, Max Murin.
Van Ness up to his feet. Gets the escape. Minute to go over there for Max in the first period. Stepped in like he was going to do a little slide by to see how he could get Van Ness to react. Both guys drop again.
Max doing a great
Front
job.
headlock for Murin, trying to get around behind. And almost does, but Van Ness able to somehow scoot his hips away.
Man, great action between these two here. I think Murin, both those times they dropped kind of at the same time to shoot, Murin has sensed Van Ness starting to lower his elevation, so Murin does a great job, lowers his elevation as well, too, and kind of goes down and blocks him with his shoulder like he's shooting, too. Great scramble right back there. Nice snap right there by Murin. Drives through, in on the leg on the edge. They're going to go out of bounds. Great job by Max Murin, though. It's up 2-1. First period about ready to come to an end.
On to the second period. Sasso with a...
Van Ness's choice. They're going to go down. This is where we got to put a lot of emphasis into trying to ride Van Ness as long as we can. End of the first period, it's Sasso up 3-2 over Hawkeyes.
Ness working up to his feet. Murin trying to get to that far ankle. Can't get it. Stand behind the arms, trying to elevate him, looking to trip him down. Van Ness hits a standing switch, gets the hips away and out for the escape.
Nice job by Van Ness right there.
Ties it up at 2. Murin drops in for that double again, but Van Ness sprawled back that time.
Murin ended up getting 25 seconds built towards his riding time out of those 2 rides.
Van Ness changing levels there.
Heavy hands there by Max Mirren. Van Ness trying to circle, trying to kind of hit a little bit of a slide by grabbing it. Grabbing his wrist, trying to slide it off. Right, both wrestlers dead center in the middle of the mat. Somebody's bleeding.
Max is, it looks like. Sasso and Block is tied up at 3 in the second period. Test after test, in field after field, we're tougher on our corn hybrids than ever before. Pioneer brand corn hybrids are field proven and ready for yours. Talk with your local Pioneer sales representative to learn more. Get Max cleaned up. Get back to action here. A minute to go, second period. 2-2 is our score. Mirren for the Hawkeyes, Van Ness for Penn State. Hawkeyes trailing Penn State 134 to 130 and a half. These wins in the medal matches are only worth a point unless you get bonus. Block is another takedown on Sasso.
I'm watching this other match of Mirren and Van Ness. How's he taking Sasso down? I missed both of them.
The first one, it was just a beautiful deep double. That one almost looked like it was a double again, but I couldn't tell. Mirren dives in for a shot. Van Ness tries to reshoot. Mirren into a front headlock, then a reshot again by Van Ness. Max squares away. 15 on the clock. Van Ness takes a shot right on the edge, drops in on a double, but they will go out of bounds before points.
That's a beautiful double, too. Beautiful double.
Sasso got out right before the end of the period, and then he'll go down to begin the third, so we'll try to tie that up at 5.
End of the second period, all tied up 2-2. It's going to be Mirren's choice. He's going to go down.
Max 25 seconds built towards his riding time.
Quickly out of there is Sasso, 5-5 match.
All tied up 5-5. Riding time not a factor in the championship match here between Blockus and Sasso. Mirren up to his feet, trying to get hand control. He does. He's out, so that makes it 3-2 in favor of Mirren. This is going to be a scrap here for the last minute 50, Stephen, between Mirren and Van Ness.
Yeah. Guys changing levels over there. Van Ness snaps. They circle back towards the center. Max, another double leg.
Shot from a long ways
Gets
away.
the second hand to the leg, head to the inside, but Van Ness hipping hard into him, reaching back, trying to grab an ankle. Max trying to elevate it. Going to get a stalemate.
Got 1:21 to go. Van Ness trying to kind of bob and weave, get some motion going. Shot by Max, but Van Ness gets his leg back, tried to go behind. Max was able to come up and square.
1 minute to go over there for Mirren.
Shot by Van Ness from a ways away right there. I think that was just a shot to try and create some motion and action right there.
Dropped for a shot, and Van Ness dropped to his butt, but Max going kind of sideways and couldn't follow through with it. 45 on the clock here for Mirren and Van Ness.
Setting up for good finishes on both mats. Inside of 30 seconds.
Van Ness reaching for a shot right on the edge. Reshoot again. Mirren trying to circle right on the edge of the mat in front of the Penn State corner. Switches back up into those collar ties.
Nice job by Mirren right there on the edge, circling back in. Circle in now, though. Get your butt back to the center. Get your butt back to the center, Mirren. Mirren, get your butt back to the center.
He's going to get called for stalling. You watch. Right there. They go out of bounds. 13 on the clock.
Unbelievable.
5-5 between
But
Blockus.
had he listened to me and gotten his butt back to the center, that wouldn't have happened.
Look at that. Blockus in sudden victory. In on a shot right away. 3, 2, 1. Max Mirren is going to come back and finish in third by a score of 3-2 over Van Ness of Penn State.
That is a huge win for Max Mirren right there. Another BS call by the referee right there on the edge. Terry not happy about it. It was a terrible call. Terry's calling the referee for stalling. I agree 100%.
Blockus.
How many shots did did Mirren take there?
Oh. To me, that was a match I don't think either guy really deserved stalling because they were both wrestling through that match. Sasso uses his defense to get the takedown and win. 7-5 in sudden victory over Blockus. So we will step out and take a timeout. Be back with more right after this. You're listening to the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
We're all looking for ways to fight inflation. Choosing Monica's can help. Their portions are big, so you can share your meal with someone in your group and still get plenty. Or just take your leftovers home for a free meal tomorrow. Also, you can always order off the specials menu. Every day there are 2 items on special. And always take advantage of free bread and soft drink refills and happy hour on weekdays. Monica's, a great way to fight inflation.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. It's within walking distance to Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as some great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of the Hawk Talk with Fran McCaffrey radio show. Come find your place at Hyatt Regency, where we care for people so they can be their best.
Want to save time and transportation costs? This is Coralville Mayor Megan Foster. Leave the driving to us. Ride the Coralville bus. For $1, Coralville Transit can take you to work, to the mall, to the hospital, even downtown Iowa City. Day or night, the Coralville bus is on the go. The real-time bus app tells you when your bus will arrive. Park and ride options are available too. Leave the driving to us and ride the Coralville bus. For more information, visit coralville.org.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor, Chrysler Arena in the Chrysler Center. Get ready for 157 pounds. Real Woods for Iowa, just getting his championship medal and bracket. Taking it up into the crowd right now. Sure his dad's up there maybe. Not sure where he's going with it, but kind of fun to see how the different athletes respond after they get that. Big win right there, Mark, from Max Mirren. Another gritty one. Brings the Hawkeyes to within 2.5 points, 134 to 131.5. Again, we're getting close, but Penn State's got some hammers coming up. Especially those last 4 weights where they're favored pretty much in all 4 of those matches. I guess heavyweight's kind of a toss-up one, but waiting for TV to get things up and running. 134 for Penn State, 131.5 for Iowa. Ohio State has 98. They have jumped ahead of Nebraska, who's at 97.5. Michigan, 79.5. Minnesota, 79. Northwestern, 74.5. Wisconsin, Purdue, and Illinois round out the top 10. Rutgers, Indiana, Michigan State, and then Maryland rounding out the final 4.
Yeah, I was looking at Real and all of his family and stuff up there, and Izzy Martinez, his coach, club coach. A lot of happy people over there in the Hawkeyes section with Real Woods going up there. His girlfriend.
Long break here.
Maybe there's an extended break here for this one. I don't know.
Well, normally they would do that after 57. That would be like the halfway point, but they're replaying Murin getting his hand raised right now on the BTN. Showing who the automatic qualifiers are at 149.
Man, what an awesome match by Max Murin. Great match by Max. I mean, you would have thought in that third period, Max is the one that was behind for all the shooting that he was doing.
Yeah.
And then to call him for stalling on the edge like that, now, like when I was saying, get your butt back to the center, get your butt back to the center. Just so something like that doesn't happen, that's why you got to wrestle and get your butt back to the center. But as soon as he took a shot and we sprawl, boom, we get called for stalling because it's on the edge. These rules are pathetic.
157 pounds. Kobe Siebrecht finishing in 7th with the win over Gilcher of Indiana earlier. 5th place will be the number 4 seed Chase Saldate of Michigan State against the number 3 seed Kendall Coleman of Purdue. The number 6 seed Will Luan of Michigan takes on the number 8 seed Trevor Chumbley of Northwestern. And then the top 2 seeds in the finals, number 1 Peyton Robb from Nebraska taking on Levi Haynes, the number 2 seed from Penn State. One of the few times you'll see the Hawkeyes probably rooting for the Huskers. Get the okay from the Maine's TV people. Rob coming out with a 2-on-1 against Levi Haynes. Haynes trying to get a front headlock. Over there, Kendall Coleman gets taken down by Saldate of Michigan State.
Saldate's had a great tournament.
Yeah.
He had a heck of a match earlier today against, was it Luan?
Yeah.
Luan took him down, I think.
Luan took him down at the end, yeah.
Yeah. And it's an overtime.
There's Haynes in on a shot against Peyton Robb. Robb trying to roll him through. Out front, squaring the hips. Reaching back, grabbing the leg. Haynes trying to pick him up. Robb crushing those hips back, trying to break that grip. Stalemate. Back underway here after the stalemate.
Shot by Haynes. Haynes couldn't get to the leg. Robb just kind of stepped out of it.
Now Robb working a 2-on-1, and Haynes clears out of that. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year, proudly supports Hawkeye Wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City. Blood time over there for Chumbley against Luan. Can they just put that one to 1-1 and go to sudden victory?
No kidding.
Coleman trailing 2-1 as he got an escape. Got ridden for 1:15 though by Saldate. Coleman with a nice sweep, head to the inside, but Saldate hipping into him. Now reaching back, grabbing a leg. Coleman trying to adjust. Saldati trying to roll him through. Each guy almost in a position to score there. Coleman trying to scoot the hips around. Rolls Saldate back over to his belly, trying to clear his leg out. 30 seconds left. Coleman, if he could step over. But see, he almost looked, Mark, he's trying to get that neutral danger instead of stepping over the ankle.
Well, Rob almost with the takedown on the edge, but did not have control. They went out. You know, Nebraska's going to challenge this, but I don't see that was the takedown right there. As the first period comes to an end, with 1 second left, Rob decided to shoot there. You see a replay on the momentum just kind of took him out of bounds. There's never any control there.
It's close, but
probably worthy of challenging.
Man, butts down and the toes in. I don't know. That's close.
Yeah, but that's slow motion. If you see full motion going through the motions right there, I'd be surprised if they overturn this.
No takedown.
Yeah.
I think that's one, if they called it a takedown, the call would stand. Since they called it no takedown, the call stood.
Say what?
When they're reviewing that, basically what they call on the mat makes a big difference. So they have to have evidence to
I see what you're saying.
Clear evidence to overturn the call.
So if they would have originally called that a takedown.
So if they would have called it a 2 and Penn State would have challenged,
right,
I could see them saying, we called it 2, we're going to say, yes, it is 2.
I see what you're saying.
Rob starts down to begin the second period. Up to his feet, rolls through, throws the arms up over the head and gets out for the escape. Saldati with an escape and then a takedown here in the second period, so he leads Coleman 5-1, and he's got riding time back. Rob leads Haynes 1-0. Oh my goodness, 2-2 for Luan over there. How did that happen?
Oh, let's see.
1 takedown, 2 escapes. Chumley tries a slide by against Luan in the third place bout to no avail. Rob and Haynes. Hand fighting.
Well, we're 2 for 2 so far. Big match coming up next for Patrick Kennedy. Should be a really interesting matchup between those two. Hamady beat Patrick Kennedy during the dual meet in the regular season up there at Wisconsin, which ended up being a pretty big dual meet.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, what are they in place in here? I don't even see. 8th, 9th, 8th?
Let me see if I can find it.
8th.
Yeah,
they're in
they're 8th
8th
right now.
place.
And they're like 23 points behind 7th place. Now, some of that is Gomez, the number 2 seed, basically went 0-2 because he's hurt and got disqualified for a slam.
Wow.
So there's some points they could have gotten, but Haynes starts down to begin the third. Rob leading 1-0. Saldate 5-1 plus almost 2 minutes of riding time as that second period coming to an end. Rob picks up Haynes and throws him back down. Luan Chumbley tied up at 2. Luan will have his choice to go down here in the third. Haynes gets his escape, so it's tied up at 1.
What do you think's going to happen here, Steven?
Some sort of crazy scramble that is a neutral danger. Somebody's going to win just to make you happy.
I was talking to Tim Johnson about the neutral dangers and the calls, like from the neutral dangers, whether they agreed with it or not. And I was like, you know what? I don't really agree with it. But if they are going to have it, if you're going to call a takedown without having actual control and you're in a neutral danger, then I think a takedown, an actual true takedown, should be worth an extra point. So if your neutral danger is going to be worth 2 points, then make a takedown worth 3 points. Or keep the takedown at 2 points and make neutral danger 1 point. But I don't think it should be worthy of an actual true physical controlled takedown where a guy ends up on top in 100% complete control and it doesn't go to a stalemate off of that and you continue to wrestle. It's not the same.
I agree. Going to go to sudden victory here between Rob and Haynes, tied up at 1. There again, this is another match where, they've been doing some good hand fighting wrestling, but neither guy's had like a legit scoring opportunity, except for Rob on that one that was out of bounds. Neither guy's been called for stalling at all either. Looks like Luan's going to come back and win third. Leads 3-2 with 15 seconds left.
A slide-by action by Rob, didn't get it, and then Haynes gets in on a shot on Rob, picks him up, puts him down. Rob rolls through, picks him up, puts him down again. That time he gets a 2-point takedown. Levi Haynes wins in overtime, 3-1. So Levi Haynes.
There's the reason they pulled him out of red shirt.
Yep. That's pretty impressive.
Luan third, and Saldate is fifth. I don't know if you heard, they announced on the PA, I hadn't paid close attention. They said that Haynes did not wrestle high school his senior year. He just trained and went and wrestled at collegiate open tournaments. So it'd be like he'd go enter in the UNI Open or
right.
the Loras Open or a lot of those different things. We're going to step out, take a timeout. We'll be back with the final Hawk finalists. Still several more Hawks to wrestle here in this session. Back with more right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
We all love a good win. Catching up with friends, saving money at the pump, soaking up the perfect Iowa day, sitting down to a really, really good meal. These are the everyday delights that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the wins that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the crop they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win. Learn more about how to share your own wins at iowacorn.org/Iowans win.
Making a move from the outhouse to the penthouse? Do you have property your brothers need help with transferring ownership? Do you love everything Hawkeye from Kinnick to Carver? Then you'll want to talk with us. Hi, this is Steve Anderson with Hawkeye Title and Settlement, ready to serve you high-quality real estate title and closing services. Oh, and we also love our Iowa basketball. But we're also happy to assist Cyclone fans, too. Hawkeye Title and Settlement of Iowa City and HawkeyeTitle.com. The team you love, the people you trust.
Stock up on your big game essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids is your one-stop shop, offering Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, plus Edgewood locker meats and a wide variety of Iowa-made products. At Local Craft Cellar, they have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Stop by today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, that's 7085 C Avenue Northeast. Please drink responsibly.
Okay, close your eyes and imagine.
Well, unless you're driving.
Yes, imagine you bought a scratch ticket from the Iowa Lottery.
Or someone gave you one.
Yes, right. And you scratch, and you've won.
Won big.
Yes, in fact, there are 13 holiday games with big cash prizes. And if you don't win, play it again. You can still win up to $100,000 in the VIP club.
But you have to enter and see rules and complete details at ialottery.com/VIP.
Yes. Thank you.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor, the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside, as the Hawkeyes fighting for a Big Ten championship here. Falling a little bit further behind as Penn State gets an upset win by Levi Haynes at 157. Halftime for Minneapolis. Hawkeye women have given up 24 points to Ohio State. They've scored 61.
That's
61
insane.
to 24.
Insane. I'm about to rewatch this game at some point.
That is unreal for Coach Lisa Bluter and company. Now, Ohio State did come back from 24 down yesterday. 37 is quite the feat to try to come back from in a second half.
Especially against Caitlin Clark and company. We just did have a player, I saw a replay that one of our players got hurt pretty bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Earlier on in the game. Really bad. Came down looked like hit her head on the floor bad. Right when you pulled that up, they're showing a replay of it. She went up for a rebound and came down. Her feet came out from underneath her, and it did not look pretty.
Not sure. Look on Twitter to see if I can find something as they are waiting for BTN commercials. It's almost like they take a short break, they come back, they play the awards, and then they take another break, and then they do some more talking.
It was a big match here for Patrick Kennedy against Dean Hamidi. Luan win that?
Yes, he did.
Dean Hamidi of Wisconsin, the number 1 seed coming in this tournament. Patrick Kennedy, the number 3 seed. Patrick Kennedy beat the number 2 seed, Cameron Amin, in the semifinals last night by a score of 3-2. Dean Hamidi has steamrolled his way through this competition so far with an 8-0 major decision over Sparks of Minnesota in the quarterfinals, and then a 14-2 major decision over the number 5 seed Carson Harchula of Ohio State in the semifinals. These guys wrestled in the dual meet during the season, and Patrick Kennedy was in on a shot to win at the end and ended up getting taken down. I don't know what that final score was, 4-3 or something like that?
4-3, yeah.
Another match is going on in this. For third place, it's going to be shouldn't it be Archula and Amin?
Also, maybe I wrote it down wrong.
I got down Archula and Amin. Well, we know Amin won, right?
Harchula's going to win by medical forfeit for third. And then Mayfield against Wilson. So Harchula will get your third place. Mayfield of Northwestern and Wilson of Nebraska. Underway here on the championship mat. Mat number 3, Patrick Kennedy for the Hawkeyes and Dean Hamidi for Wisconsin. Hamidi super long, lanky, good at cutting corners. Dives in for a shot against Patrick. Patrick sprawls back.
Nice job by Patrick controlling the tie so far, getting to the head of Hamidi. Just can't get caught reaching too much. Don't give up your legs, but he's doing a good job staying heavy on the head.
I mean, Hamidi, knowing that length, he leads whichever leg he's leading. He's basically putting it in your lap.
Yeah, he wants you to shoot to those legs.
It's kind of like what Jaden Ironman used to do. Like, here, take my leg, and then I'm going to score off of it.
Hamidi, the shot right there from a ways away. He's got Patrick Kennedy draped over the back of him. Kennedy falling off to the side, grabbing the ankles of Hamady.
Hamady trying to turn to his left into Kennedy. Now trying to turn back the other way. Pretty close right here, but Patrick's still hanging onto the ankle. Hamady trying to break the grip there.
There's the stalemate.
Remember, Hamady cradled up and almost pinned Harchla. Ended up majoring him 14-2.
Nice shot right there by Hamady. Man, we got caught reaching a little bit right there. He drops right in. Now we're in that same position we were just in before. He went to a stalemate. We got caught reaching with the right hand. Hamady dropped in on a shot on us. There's a quick stalemate. Both back up. Got it. So I was saying earlier, we can reach, but we got to protect our legs against Hamady. We can't get just overly careless reaching with our hands. We got to start low and work our way up. But once we get our hands on Hamady, we got to keep them on him too. Can't let him like that right there. He just circles on out so easily. Another shot by Hamady right there. Tries a low ankle shot. Here's where Patrick Kennedy needs to wrestle there. Those front headlocks.
Nice duck.
Beautiful shot right there by Hamady. We had him in a front headlock short offense situation. He kind of just ducked us right into a double leg. This is where Patrick Kennedy can't spend a lot of time in this down position. This is where Hamady is so good in this top position. Now he's getting near falls. Just a one count.
A one count. Should have been two, but Bono's thinking about challenging. They go out of bounds, head back to the center. Bono wants Jason Wedgbury to talk to the head ref. Thinking there could have been a 2 count there.
There definitely could have been a 2 count. The referee was in position and started counting earlier. By the time he got down there, he got a 1 count in.
There's Kennedy gets to a sit out, able to get up to his feet, gets his escape.
Nice job by Kennedy getting out there. That is not easy to get away from Hamady. Kennedy's really, honestly, really, really good on that bottom position. Stays in such good position, doesn't give up legs into allows legs in, keeps his elbows in.
So what's Patrick got to do to be able to get a takedown here as he trails 2-1 going into the second?
Well, he's got to stop giving up his legs for one.
Yeah.
But like where he had him in that front short offense right there, he just can't. He was hanging out there. He wasn't like trying to score there. He was just kind of hanging out, and that's when that allowed Hamady to kind of like duck us right there and wrestle out of that position and get right back in on us for a shot. You got to put Hamady on the defense there. Now we're trying to ride Hamady tough here. The longer we ride him, the better, because we're going to want to try and go down against him in the third period.
Patrick putting on a tough ride. Taking 22 seconds off. Riding time still at 18 seconds in favor of Hamady. Hamady set. Patrick covers. So that claw ride.
No pressure forward by Kennedy, and he just kind of releases Hamady there. Hamady with another shot from a long ways away. In on the legs on Patrick again. We're draped over the back of him.
Hamady trying to circle around to come through the back door, but same spot we were in that first period where we still have his ankle. So no takedown, stalemate.
Gotta get Patrick Kennedy. You want to get going on some shots here.
I'm worried they're going to start hitting him for a stall call too.
Got to hit some snaps, get to doubles. He tried to pick right there.
What was the shot that he hit that he almost finished her?
Ahead to the outside single to Hamady's right leg. There's another shot from Hamady from a long ways away.
And it finishes for the takedown as well. Patrick in a sit out, trying to get that hand control. Almost does, then Hamady drops down, drives him out of bounds. 5-1 is the lead for Hamady. 37 seconds to go here in the second.
Again, Patrick's got to be able to come off the bottom here. False start on Hamady. Need to try and figure out how to score on Hamady. That's the key.
Hamady right away going into that claw ride. Patrick up to his feet. Trying to pop those arms off. Gets his escape.
There you go. Good job.
Trying to throw the underhook by into a double leg and drives him down. Two takedown Patrick Kennedy. Makes the score 5-4 now. Pulls Hamady back down.
Double leg. Nice job, Patrick Kennedy.
Right on the edge, Hamady's able to keep a foot in bounds and then bounced away, cleared those hips. Makes it 6-4. Hamady drops in on another shot. He's just being super quick here tonight. 6-4, Kennedy trails.
God, we needed to ride him out the rest of that period, Steven. There was 8 seconds left on the clock when he got out. Patrick Kennedy's going to go down. There's 18 seconds for riding time for Hamady.
Hamady again into that claw ride. Patrick swimming the arms down. Hamady picks him up. Patrick gets right back into a sit-out. Hamady almost getting a tilt there.
Patrick Kennedy trying to get hand control on the bottom, trying to come up here. Hamady draped over him, claw riding.
Patrick in a tripod. Hamady standing behind him. Now Hamady hooking that ankle. He's going to get his riding time up over a minute. Patrick trying to switch action. Hamady grabbing the near wrist.
Hamady almost has a wing on us here on our left side. He does have that wing. We gave up our arm. We're trying to come up to our feet. Trying to get our arm free. There's a stalemate.
Potentially dangerous.
Yeah, potentially dangerous. My bad, because the arm was in a tough position right there.
6-4 is the lead for Hamady. Hamady's got his riding time now up over a minute. Hamady riding that near ankle. Patrick trying to sit back in. Hamady just rolls with him. Kennedy turns, gets to a leg, but Hamady hips into him. Now they stand up. Kennedy with an underhook, gets the escape. 6-5 now. Riding time locked in.
Need to take down to tie it. There's a duck by...
Oh, and he stumbled a little bit.
Yeah.
And Hamady down blocked him and got to go behind for the 2.
Hey, that was a good duck right there he hit on Hamady. Just got off balance when he hipped it when he stepped in. Got taken down. Pulls Hamady over the top of him. 1-point escape. See Kennedy still fighting here. Still coming at Hamady. He hasn't thrown the towel in yet by any means. Only 5 seconds left to go. Hamady is going to win this one. 9-6 after riding time. Hey, that's not a terribly bad match for Kennedy.
No.
I mean, look how much fight he's got in there. It's a good shot, good double leg. Just gave up our legs way too much. That long reach of Hamady, he shoots it all and he gets those legs on you, and he does a good job sucking you in. That's a Ryan Morningstar feel type thing.
Kennedy will finish in second. We'll get ready for 174 pounds, where Nelson Brands will wrestle for 5th place. 157 place winners being presented, including Kobe Siebrecht.
Big Ten champion, 3-time NCAA All-American, and current member of Michigan's Cliff Keen Wrestling Club, Mr. Alec Pentelio.
Let's step out and take our next break here. We'll be back with more from Ann Arbor. You're listening to the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
At Oakmall, our mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, Executive Director. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served Iowa City for more than 55 years. Our team helps residents create home by living our values of caring, respect, enthusiasm, awareness, teamwork, and encouragement. If you're looking at retirement options, visit our website at oaknoll.com. We want you to lead life your way. Go Hawks!
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route. Local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
Hit a deer? Call Premier. Premier Automotive in North Liberty is Eastern Iowa's most trusted name in auto body repair. Our premier reputation is built on providing superior customer service, accurate estimates, and high-quality work. Our experienced staff guarantees your vehicle is restored and back on the road in no time. Premier Automotive in North Liberty or online at premierautoiowa.com. Drive safely, but if you hit a deer, call Premier.
This is Coralville Mayor Megan Foster. The city of Coralville was founded in 1873. Help us celebrate 150 years of building our community. Join the sesquicentennial celebration through October 2023. The city of Coralville will mark this milestone with activities, festivals, and events to celebrate our hometown's rich history, traditions, and diversity. Visit coralville.org/Coralville150 for more information about our rich history and bright future.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back in Ann Arbor, the Chrysler Arena. Stephen Grace, Mark Ironside, as we work our way through the first, third, and fifth place matches for this year's tournament. Penn State still not mathematically clinching, but they are a lot closer to clinching. Hawkeyes have secured at the very worst second place. Let's see, we could get... Well, yeah, I guess Penn State has probably clinched it now.
Yeah.
Because we can only score 6 points max between 74... Well, no, we could score 9 between 74, 97, and heavyweight if we get falls in all three of them.
Well...
So we could score 9, and Penn State could go 0 for the rest of the tournament. But for all intents and purposes, it's done.
And they got their hammers coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not disappointed in Patrick Kennedy at all. He wrestled his heart out like he always does. He gives everything he's got. He's trying to score all the way to the end. He just got beat. Flat out, just got beat by Hamity. Hamity wrestled a good match, was getting in on our legs. That one first shot, we just had that front headlock short offense situation there, and we were just kind of holding position, and instead of moving the guy and trying to score, they were kind of just holding the position a little bit too much and let up the pressure and allowed Hamity to hit that beautiful duck to a double on us, and and then we just weren't really moving our feet probably as much, our hands down low, down blocking, but I just love the fight out of Patrick Kennedy. Hamity's good.
Win some sweet seats for the National College Basketball Tournament in Des Moines or a Minnesota Timberwolves game in Minneapolis. Enter non-winning Money Madness or Triple Tripler scratch tickets in the VIP Club. Find more info at ialottery.com. 174 pounds. Jackson Turley, the 10 seed from Rutgers, finishing in 7th. Nelson Brands for the Hawkeyes taking on Edmund Ruth of Illinois for 5th. Bailey O'Reilly of Minnesota, who beat Brands in sudden victory in the consolation semifinals, will be taking on Ethan Smith, the number 3 seed from Ohio State. Championship, top seed Carter Starachi of Penn State taking on the number 2 seed Mikey Labriola of Nebraska. This could be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Labriola is a good wrestler. He's funky. He's got good defense.
Yeah, he's strong. He wrestles hard, 7 minutes. Strachey got beat. Did he get beat once earlier this year?
No.
Was that Brooks? Brooks got beat by Coleman.
Brooks got beat by Coleman.
Nelson Brands with a head wrap. His head wrapped, so he got it cut early. Remember, he was bleeding a little bit. I don't think it was like a bad cut where he needed stitches like what Teskey did, but
Strachey gets cautioned for a false start right off the whistle. Before the first whistle even sounds, he's cautioned. Tried just tapping the head, going to an ankle pick.
He has previously been 6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd in the Big Ten championships.
Nelson Brands and Edmund Ruth over on mat number 2. This one went to the tiebreakers at Carver Hawkeye Arena, and Ruth was able to ride Nelson for the entire 32nd period to win 2-1. Nelson wrestled a lot of close matches so far. 1-0 in his first match, 3-2, 3-1, lost 3-1, lost 5-2 to Labriola.
I've been watching Ruth ever since that match, the dual meet in Carver Hawkeye Arena, and he's had a lot of close match losses. I shouldn't say a lot, but he's had some close match losses. And once you get to him and once you score on him, he kind of, I don't want to say quit and throws a towel in, but he doesn't really come back wrestling really hard. So it's just really important for Nelson Brands to try and really come out in this first period and secure a takedown early and take the pressure off him a little bit instead of waiting to come to the end. Because he got in like probably three times last time in that dual meet in the third period and just couldn't finish. I think double legs is where it's at with a guy like Ruth.
Yeah.
We were getting in on those singles and just couldn't finish him.
Strachey on a shot against Labriola in the championship match.
Strachey here trying to, on that ankle, Labriola keeping him away from him.
Labriola able to kick out.
Strachey didn't take
look
that
at
leg
that.
off.
They called Labriola.
Are you kidding me?
Labriola
Are you kidding me?
Kicked out, and they call him for stalling for
Wow.
backing out of bounds.
Terrible refereeing again. Unbelievable. Wow. Something's got to be done, Steven.
That is just unreal. I mean, that got boos from the entire crowd. I think even a couple of Penn State fans might have said that wasn't a good call.
Cale Sanderson probably almost stood up out of his chair and said, "You got to be kidding me." You know?
Yeah. What are we doing to our sport? Nelson and Ruth hand fighting over there, but neither guy's been to the legs. Looks like the first period will come to an end scoreless. What are the odds that there's another similar one and there's a makeup call? Labriola scrambles through right at the end as Strachey was in on a shot. Almost got caught on his back as he tried to somersault through, but time ran out. Ruth starts down to begin the second period, out in 2 seconds against Nelson Brands.
Well, clock was Labriola's friend there, because if there would have been another 2 seconds on the clock, that's a for sure takedown. What am I looking at?
They just... What happened? The referee, they're in the middle of the mat, and the referee put his left hand up with a fist. Is that a stall call on Ruth from the middle of the mat?
There's a nice duck right
by
there.
Nelson Brands.
Beautiful duck. Picks him up, put him down. Holy smokes, that's a shot and a half from Nelson Brands. Beautiful shot, beautiful finish. Wow.
Going to work in that top position now. Leading 2-1. Minute 10 to go here in the second period. Labriola and Strachey were scoreless after one. Labriola starts down. They go out of bounds. Head back to the center. There's Nelson driving Ruth off the edge. Lands onto the hardwood. Kind of what happened to Yaya Thomas, except that was Ruth's elbow instead of his head. Ruth explodes up. Nelson picks him up and throws him down.
Nelson looking good. Much better in this match than he did the previous match against Ruth. I think he learned a lot from there. Kind of knows what he has to do. Nelson. Good returns. Good returns. Picking him up in the air, putting him down. Uh-oh. What's happening over here between Strachey and Labriola? Double unders by Strachey. Then he drops down.
Labriola got his escape, and Strachey was in that situation with the underhooks. There's Nelson trying to set up a hip tilt. And the period's going to come to an end. Another stall call was given against Ruth, so that gives Nelson a 3-1 lead, 1:32 of riding time, and he gets to start down here to begin the third.
Nice shot by Strachey right there, and he secures a 2-point takedown. There's a takedown. 15 seconds left to go in the second period.
Ruth intentionally releasing Nelson Brand, so Nelson leads 4-1, in essence 5-1. Ruth trying to come across with a double leg, but Nelson kept the arms down.
And a 2-1 lead for the third period.
This one is in the third period now.
Collar tied by Nelson with that left hand. I don't think I've seen Nelson hit a duck like that before.
No, I've seen him hit explosive doubles, but not a duck to a double like that. Really nice shot. He hit it to Ruth's left side, too.
Oh, you get the takedown at the end. That's right. Inside of a minute to go now for Nelson Brands. Ruth snaps. Nelson stands square with him. These guys drop to a knee, and then Nelson comes back across. Double unders thrown in. Nelson goes to an overhook, tries to hip toss him. Now Ruth with the double leg. Nelson sprawls back again.
Well, see, here's the thing. If that was been on the edge of the mat and he was sprawled like that and they go out of bounds, that's stalling. But in the center of the mat, that's what you're supposed to do, is sprawl. So what they need to do is videotape that right there. Just a normal sprawl, and show the referee committee, the officials committee, that if you're on the edge of the mat, that's what you were supposed to do when a guy shoots on you, is sprawl. What are you supposed to do? Just stand there and get double-legged and taken down?
Yeah.
But if that was on the edge of the mat, 110% he gets called for dink for stalling, especially when we're ahead 4-1 and there's only 15 seconds left. Yep. That is a 100% for sure stall call. It's terrible. And the thing is, I get so worked up, I understand, I get it, but this is common sense. It's not rocket science. Like, why are we trying to make things so difficult right now from an officiating standpoint?
5-1 is the final score. Nelson Brands will finish in 5th place this year. Smith of Ohio State with 40 seconds left leads 5-3 over O'Reilly. Strachey a 3-1 lead, plus he's got riding time. Now another takedown. So Strachey's going to win 5-1. So he will win. And it looks like 8 seconds left. Smith most likely is going to wrestle to his seed and finish in 3rd. And he does. Main Street Sweets has been serving great ice cream and food in the heart of downtown West Branch for over 10 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit. Main Street Sweets, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsweetswb.com. Penn State will add 4 more points. That'll put them up to 142. The Hawks at 131.5. They are presenting the 165-pound awards, including Patrick Kennedy as your runner-up for the Hawkeyes. We're going to step out and take another break. We'll be back with more from Ann Arbor. This is the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships and Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hi, Hawkeye fans. My name is Denali.
And I'm Briley.
We're still members of your Iowa Hawkeye softball team. During the off-season, conditioning is number one.
At Iowa City Tire and Service, they keep our cars in top running condition year-round.
And they treat their customers like family. Find them at 410 Kirkwood Avenue or online at ictire.com. Proud sponsors of Hawkeye softball.
Iowa City Tire and Service, where service actually comes first.
Go Hawks! Woo-hoo!
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Stock up on your big game essentials with Local Craft Cellar. Local Craft Cellar in Cedar Rapids is your one-stop shop, offering Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, plus Edgewood locker meats and a wide variety of Iowa-made products. At Local Craft Cellar, they have the stuff you won't find anywhere else. Stop by today at 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, that's 7085 C Avenue Northeast. Please drink responsibly.
I'm in a test plot near Portageville, Missouri that's dedicated to new Pioneer brand A-Series and List E3 soybeans. Row to row, it looks impressive. But what's more impressive is what you can't see with the naked eye. Exclusive and elite Pioneer genetics. And the performance makes it anything but a regular Enlist E3 soybean. From field to lab, Pioneer brand A-Series and List E3 soybeans are like no other.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor, Chrysler Arena for the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Keeping an eye on the finals of the Hawkeye women for the Women's Basketball Championship. Hawks were up by 27 at halftime. They are now up by 28, 70-42. About 4 minutes to go in the third quarter of that game. We get ready for 184 pounds here inside Chrysler Arena. Championship will be the top seed Aaron Brooks of Penn State taking on the number 2 seed Caleb Romero of Ohio State. Third place will be the number 4 seed Matt Feinsilver, of Michigan, taking on the number 3 seed Isaiah Salazar of Minnesota. Fifth place will go to Brian Soldano of Rutgers over Lenny Pinto. Or no. Why did I write? I must have wrote Soldano's name just in the wrong spot. Apologies on that. Sometimes when you're trying to do 17 things at once, your brain just doesn't quite work. But Soldano, the 8th seed, who pinned Abe Assad in the consolation quarterfinals, taking on the 7th seed Lenny Pinto of Nebraska. And then Abe Assad winning by injury default medical forfeit earlier over Malcheski of Michigan State. So Abe Assad finishes in 7th. Penn State 142, the Hawkeyes 132.5. Ohio State 99, Nebraska 97.5. What match were we putting a quarter on earlier? Do you remember? I was thinking about that. I'm like, crap. One, I don't have a quarter, and two,
what was it? That comes down to overtime?
Yeah, but I can't remember which one it was.
I don't remember.
Hopefully it was Luan, because he didn't, so you had owed me a quarter. But
probably was Luan, would be my guess.
Luan or Amin, but
Amin didn't wrestle.
Luan didn't go to sudden victory, but
oh, Steven.
Fine Silver wins by medical forfeit over Salazar.
From Ohio State, Caleb Romero.
Well, just like any year, we got guys coming in and freshmen, and then we got guys leaving. We got new freshmen coming in next year as well, too. We got the trio, Ryder Block out of Waverly Shellrock, and Gabe Arnold out of Iowa City High, and Ben Keeter out of Iowa City High. See what these guys, kind of impact that these guys can do and what they can make of it come the future for the Hawkeyes. Going to be really interesting to see what Ben Keeter does between football and wrestling.
It's just interesting. There's one of the podcasts I listen to is the Washed Up Walk-Ons, and it's 3 former football players that played in the year we went to the Rose Bowl, and they were talking about just kind of the wear and tear that you have on a football season. Basically, you're going from late July, early August through early part of December, and then if you make a bowl game, basically the early part of January. As they're Pinto getting some near falls over there against Saldano. Saldano looks like he's been wanting to go big all tournament, and it's been a feast or famine for him.
Well, it was a feast for him against Abe Assad. I didn't see if Pinto initiated that right there or not.
I didn't either. But anyways, they were talking about kind of the grind that you have for football, and then boom, you've got a wrestling season. The competition starts November 1. Practice starts sometime in mid-October. So to see how that adjusts, you get done with football, go straight into wrestling, but then you get done with wrestling at spring break time, and then you turn around and you've got spring ball usually sometime in April. So how do you manage that, keep that wear and tear from basically beating your body down?
I don't know. It's going to be really, really, really hard. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I'm not really sure. I mean, I tell you what, though, Ben Keeter, he's a special kid. There's no doubt. A world champion, obviously, already. 4-time undefeated state high school wrestling champion. There's actually some shirts out for him right now that we just made up. If you go to Ironside Apparel, there's a couple of different shirt options for him being a 4-time undefeated state champion at Ironside Apparel. Not Iowa Style Apparel, but IronsideApparel.com. But it's going to be interesting to see, even though he's Ben Keeter, he's still human.
Yeah.
And your body still breaks down. You still get tired and fatigued, over a long duration of time. And so it's going to be interesting to see how he can juggle and balance his life in not only football and wrestling, but also academics.
Right.
Can't forget about that aspect of
Still
your
gotta
life
go to
as well.
And, yeah.
So it's going to be a lot for Ben Keeter, but I'm sure Ben Keeter is extremely excited about the opportunity and to see kind of how this all unfolds and plays out. We'll all have to kind of sit back and watch and wait to see.
I think it's interesting. It feels like a lot of the wrestling fans out there are convinced that he's going to eventually migrate towards football. But a lot of the football fans feel like he's eventually going to migrate towards wrestling. So I think that just says a lot about how talented he is at both sports, that everybody feels like he's good enough to really focus and succeed at a high level on one, and he feels like he can focus and succeed at a high level on both of them. So that'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I mean, most likely he's going to be heavyweight at the college level.
Yeah, he's got to put some weight on for sure. He's wrestling 220 this year. I don't think he's cutting anything for really 220. For both football and wrestling, they want him to put on probably 30 pounds, which, there's nobody in the country that has a better weight program than the University of Iowa. I mean, Coach Chris Doyle was the staple in that and building that and done just amazing things with his strength conditioning program at the University of Iowa, and allowed so many of our former players go on and do great things at the NFL level. And that's one reason that, it's continued today, from Coach Ray Braithwaite over there. That's one reason today that they're still as successful as they are, still spitting out, good quality players. And so Ben Keeter going in there and hitting that program, they're going to get on top of it. I'm sure they're already on top of it right now as well, too. And he actually just graduated from high school this last week.
Did he?
So he is done with high school, and he can actually fully 100% focus on wrestling and football and gaining weight and figuring out what he's going to do within these programs. And I think he's going to maybe go wrestle the U.S. Open at the senior level, too. So that'll be interesting.
Is he going to go 97 kilos? 92?
I don't know. I know that they want him to start putting weight on right away.
Yeah.
So
what weight was he that he won his world title? Do you remember?
I don't. U23.
We have the technology. Let us use it.
It's going to be... Tony Cassiope weighs like 250. And so we got to at least get him up to a level like that. But just like we were talking about in the Tony Cassiope versus Greg Kirkley match last night, Cassiope's probably given up 20, 25 pounds against Kirkley, and probably 20 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just like a chubby, fat, heavyweight type of situation there. That's like 20, 25 pounds of really good, solid weight and knowing how to use it. And that's a huge difference when you step out on the mat.
Keeter wrestled at 97 kilos.
97?
For his U23 world title. Score big savings. Shop online at HyVeeDeals.com. Hy-Vee proud to support Hawkeye Wrestling. Aaron Brooks has a 5-1 lead as we go to the third period.
Yeah, I don't know if he goes 97. He's going to have to cut to get down there. But I don't know if they want him cutting right now. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. But I can't believe he's going to go up and wrestle heavyweight.
Yeah, that'd be... What's 97? It's 180, 198 or something?
No, 97 kilos?
Yeah.
It's like 213.
213, okay. Yeah, I forgot to carry the one.
213. 213-ish, 213 and a half maybe. And he might weigh close to that, I mean, sure, he can make it really easy if he wanted to. I just don't know if they want him cutting right now. Brooks of Penn State ahead of Romero of Ohio State by a score of 6-2 in the third period with 1:21 to go. Both of them on their feet.
Pinto of Nebraska with the fall. That brings the Cornhuskers back up into third place. They are at 100.5. Ohio State at 99. So if Romero could come back, it would push them back up into third. Hawkeyes solidly in that number 2 spot. Penn State at 142. The Hawks have 132.5. Brooks gets a stall point and a 2-point takedown. I said to somebody, looking at how Penn State was going to be tonight, said I felt solid on them for 4 of their matches, and 2 of them are toss-ups that they could win. They've already won 1 of those 2 at 157. But then I said, I'm convinced that Brooks would probably be the only one that gets bonus points, and here he is 20 seconds away from getting a major decision, 10-2. He's one of those guys that just, kind of quietly. Oh, my goodness. Another stall call on Romero from the bottom. They're saying for crawling out of bounds, so that's 2 more points. And another stall would end it. Brooks is one that, I mean, nationally, like, you hear about him, but you don't hear a lot about him. And if he were on anybody's team, everybody on that fan base would just love him because he's a good kid. He's a good hard worker. I mean, solid wrestler all around.
I think him and Stracci are pretty similar in that manner.
You hate them because they're so good and they're not on your team. But if they're on your team, you love them. And when you step back and look at it objectively, you realize that they are pretty darn good kids. And
well-mannered, do a good job, very polite kids, good, obviously amazing wrestlers. Penn State just doesn't allow, it's like they came out with that new deal on the University of Iowa wrestling program last night, showed on the BTN. You don't ever see anything like that on Penn State, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And you don't see a lot of interviews by the Penn State guys, except for in a situation like this, right after where they kind of have to go to the BTN and do it right after their match in the finals. Penn State, Cale Sanders keeps his cards pretty close to his chest with, not letting, different media outlets come in and be around their program hardly, honestly, at all. And, so it's kind of like what's going on there? Like, what are they doing? Everybody wants to know the secret, and he's not letting no secrets out of the bag.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have all kinds of exposure to their programs, and they don't bring it. They don't do it. And whatever they are doing, though, it's working for them. So they've won the last 9 out of 11 NCAA championships, and they're on their way to making that 10 out of 12.
With that, let's step out for another break. We'll come back with more. We've got 2 more weight classes, only 1 more Hawkeye to wrestle here in this year's session of the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Back right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
It may be hard to imagine green fields and warm sunshine right now, but we are smack dab in the middle of Tractorcade 2023 planning season. WMT's 24th annual Great Eastern Iowa Tractorcade will roll out of the Fayette County Fairgrounds in West Union this June 11th through 14th. Mark your calendars accordingly. Registration is open and the forms can be found under the events tab on the WMT website at 600WMT.com. New this year is a buddy bonus that includes a discount for new riders and those that refer them to Tractorcade. The beautiful rolling hills of Northeast Iowa will provide another scenic 3-day ride this summer. Small towns like Elkader, Fort Atkinson, Wadena, and St. Lucas will provide a beautiful backdrop for this year's ride. Follow along on the WMT Tractorcade Facebook page for more information, pictures, and stories. Tractorcade 2023 will be here before you know it, this June 11th through 14th. Hope to see you there.
This is Coralville City Administrator Kelly Hayworth reminding you to shop and eat locally. Now, your favorite Coralville businesses offer more options for finding what you want for your home and family. Local restaurants, bakeries, and breweries have perfected carryout and delivery. Coralville shops continue excelling in personalized service. They take pride in helping you find the perfect item or gift for any occasion. Thank you for infusing Coralville with your shopping and dining dollars.
I'm here for Pioneer Brand Seeds, a block away from another ag company's corporate office. This company concentrates their breeders here in one centralized location. That's not how Pioneer works. Our breeders are located where their test plots are. That way, Pioneer corn breeders gain insights about what does and doesn't work for a local geography in real time. Ask your local Pioneer sales representative about field-proven Pioneer brand corn hybrids. And like our breeders, they're located near you.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC Iowa City.
Back in Ann Arbor, the 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships. Everywhere you go, you find fans. Had a guy from Michigan come and have one of your trading cards from back in the day. We've got a young fan that you've got your computer up. We've been watching the men's game earlier, the women's game. You've got some racing on right now.
Yeah, William Byron just won the Las Vegas Cup race here just now, and This guy's been keeps going by wanting to see who's winning or whatever, and want to know who won, so I just told William Byron.
Hawkeye women.
What a game.
83-54, 9 minutes left. Caitlin Clark, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 13 assists.
You know, they should think about putting in some non-starters so nobody gets hurt before the national tournament.
Yeah. 197 pounds making their way out. Top seed Max Dean of Penn State will take on the number 2 seed Silas Allred of Nebraska. Your third place match is the 6th seed Smith of Maryland against the 3 seed Bronigal of Illinois. Bronigal winning that one 6-4 in sudden victory in the quarterfinals. Jacob Warner winning by injury default for 5th place. And Amos of Wisconsin winning over Foy of Minnesota for 7th.
And in your first place match on mat number 3, out of the red corner.
What are you on there?
ESPN. I think you have to have a login to be able to watch it, though.
No. I'll watch your computer.
For Penn State, Max Dean.
Max Dean making his way out. So if I remember correctly, Mark, they've got all of the qualifying tournaments are going on this weekend. They come out with the at-large qualifiers later this week, right? Like Tuesday or Wednesday usually, if I remember correct. And then they'll have the brackets a couple days after that. Usually they've got the brackets like by Thursday.
I was just going to say Thursday. Sometimes even Wednesday, but I think Thursday.
Look to see. The brackets will be announced Wednesday, March 8th. So, yeah, they'll have at-large bids announced on Tuesday.
I think they start coming out Wednesday afternoon, slowly as the afternoon goes on Wednesday.
Is it that, or do they have, in the past couple years, they've done like
announcement type thing?
You know, like a Selection Sunday type show. They do a Selection Wednesday, have a show with Shane Sparks.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't remember. I just know that they start coming out Wednesday afternoon kind of throughout the thing. That's what they've done in the past. But possibly, man, Caitlin Clark has had some amazing assists.
She's got her 15th right there, 14th or 15th. 87-57.
Look at that Hawkeye Nation in that building. Luke Garza's at the game. Were they with that win over Indiana? Were they conference champions for like in season 2?
No, I think Indiana got that, and then Iowa.
Oh, because we lost to Maryland.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. No score here between Dean and Allred. Allred in on a shot on Dean, but Dean grabs his ankle and is kind of hanging on here. Both of them facing each other. Hey, here comes the champ.
Nelly!
It's the champ.
Hey, I forgot to shut that off for you. Sorry.
Matt Nelson, our Uno champion of the trip. The Big Ten Uno champion. He's so modest about it, too. He's just like, yeah, no big deal. Easy peasy. Didn't even hardly have to try. Just sat down there, minding my own business, threw out some cards.
You'll have to ask him on our way back to the airport or something. He's got it all set up on how to make it easier when he's playing his kids. He's got a board that he makes so the kids can have their cards in there. So when he's like dumping draw 4s on them, they've got a spot to hold all of their cards.
Oh, yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
He goes all out. Yeah, Indiana was 16-2 in the conference. The Hawks were 15-3, tied with Maryland in women's basketball.
Aldridge just took down Max Dean, though.
There you go.
Max Dean up to his feet, 1-point escape. That's something I haven't seen for a while. Max Dean get taken down.
Iowa Style Apparel, your stop for all things wrestling. Get the latest looks for sports fans of all ages, including an expansive wrestling section. Shop online at iowastyleapparel.com or visit their store on Edgewood Road Southwest in Cedar Rapids. Iowa Style Apparel.
Get your It's Go Time shirts. Got 1 week left here, about a week and a half. A lot of people are not going to be able to make it to the national championships in Tulsa. They just don't have a lot of tickets available for the Iowa fans within our section. They keep kind of cutting it down every year, and this time they've even taken like another 25% of our allotment. So it just keeps getting worse and worse every year. So I'm sure there's just going to be a lot of people taking off work and having a lot of watch parties, which will be fun, and a lot of brackets out there and pools that you're in and drafts, and makes the tournament a lot more fun. And wrestling's very, very difficult to predict.
Oh, yeah.
Probably no more than basketball, but. So, we were talking, too, about Yaya Thomas and how he wasn't able to finish today because he had a concussion.
We mentioned he actually had sunglasses on the award stand, and that wasn't Yaya trying to be cool and look at me, I placed 6th at the pick. No, that's Yaya, like, literally because of a concussion. You've got light sensitivity, so he's wearing those sunglasses so that it doesn't mess with his head as much. And what's that protocol look like in a week and a half to get ready for heading down to Tulsa? I mean, I don't know if he's going to be cleared by that point.
I don't know how he possibly could be. I was going to talk to Dr. Peterson, our concussion specialist, on the way home and see what that is. But I've had a couple of daughters that have had, throughout softball and volleyball, had concussions. And
look at that, Allred,
another takedown. Looking for head hunting too, looking for more, but couldn't get it. But beautiful double leg right there by Allred. This is a match that Jacob Warner should watch, or should be watching, see how it's done here. And he just kind of lets Max Dean go. Allred leads this one 4-3. Right time not a factor. But it's a serious process to try and come back from a concussion, and it's a timely process.
Yeah. And a lot of it is kind of, depending on your body. You may have people that, the symptoms start to clear up in a day or two, and you can get back after it within a week. And there's other times that it may be 3 or 4 weeks before you're even cleared to take the sunglasses off inside. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see if Thomas, does he accept his bid and then have to withdraw last minute right before? Do the doctors say, we know that he's not going to be able to go, so they just withdraw his name? Or is he able to heal up quick enough that he's able to find a way to be able to compete?
I don't know, but I do know this. Hawkeye or not a Hawkeye, I feel really, really bad for Yaya Thomas if he is not able to compete at the national championships, because that is that's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. For an athlete to come all the way this far. What year is he? Probably
I think he's a
senior?
Yeah, him and Murin wrestled in 2017 at the Midlands, and I think they were both freshmen. So I think he's one of those using his COVID year this year.
That's 2 guys at 149 pounds in this bracket that didn't make it out. Gomez being one. Gomez has a blown knee right now. He wasn't the same in this tournament. And now if Yaya Thomas can't wrestle, that's 2 great big ranked wrestlers, big names that have potential of winning a national title. That might not even be, at the tournament, really. Gomez could be, but he obviously we saw he's not healthy.
Yeah. Allred in on a shot there on Dean. Dean was able to scramble, got to his foot, but when Allred was doing the splits, his other foot came off onto the hardwood, so they stop it. 35 seconds left. Allred, the number 2 seed, leading Dean 4-3. He's really been in control most of this match.
Yeah, he's been in complete control of this match. Been the aggressor, hitting shots. There's another shot by Allred right here on the edge. Almost had the ankle hooked. We got 17 seconds to go here in the match. Allred's up by a point.
Dean trying to come through the back door. Already
he
out.
is going to come and take him down. He's going to make it 6-3. Look at everybody cheering against Penn State.
Feels good.
As
other than it's Nebraska. Molly's Cupcakes proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Coming down to the wire, over on mat number 1, less than 30 to go.
Inside of 5 minutes to go, Iowa women 95-61.
Bronigal trailing by 1, 15 seconds to go.
Bronigal trailing over there and just gets a stall point to tie it up with 13 seconds left. Taking on Smith of Maryland. They can call Smith for stalling. It's a miracle.
Oh, Bronigal went to fix his headgear and almost got taken down right there. Nice shot by Bronigal. Time's up.
Caitlin Clark, 28, 10, and 16. Gets her triple-double.
We'll get a sudden victory period here on mat number 1.
Oh, my God. Come on, Caitlin. That's so drama.
There was up for a shot, and Ohio State was blocking her out and kind of pushed the arm back, and then Caitlin gave a little extra to go flying backwards.
Come on, Caitlin. You're a better competitor than that.
Got the technical call, and they're going to review it.
Yeah. They should give Caitlin an award for that one if they fall for it. That's the thing about basketball. I'm not ripping on Caitlin because everybody does it. It just drives me nuts. It's like a little teeny-weeny push or shove, and next thing you know, they act like they got hit by a dump truck. They're on the floor, slow to get up. Here we go. Smith in on a shot. Oh, and Bronigal goes to turn and kick out and gets taken down.
Smith wins. When you plant Whipples, you're not just choosing superior seed corn, you're making a statement, one that says staying independent, staying family-owned means something on your farm. Make your choice, plant your independence, plant Whipples. One more timeout. We'll be back with the heavyweights right after this. The 2023 Big Ten Wrestling Championships coming to an end. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
I'm in an area called trade integration at Pioneer. So what's the trade being integrated? The Enlist E3 trade for soybeans. And what's it being integrated with? That's the big news. The Enlist E3 trait is now integrated with Pioneer's own exclusive and elite genetics. They're called Pioneer Brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans. And there are no other soybeans like it on the market. Pioneer Brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans, like no other.
We're all looking for ways to fight inflation. Choosing Monica's can help. Their portions are big, so you can share your meal with someone in your group and still get plenty. Or just take your leftovers home for a free meal tomorrow. Also, you can always order off the specials menu. Every day there are 2 items on special. And always take advantage of free bread and soft drink refills and happy hour on weekdays. Monica's, a great way to fight inflation.
I want to go on the best game day beer run ever.
New route. Local craft cellar in Cedar Rapids.
Let's go.
For the best selection of craft beer, wine, and spirits, the correct route is Local Craft Cellar. At Local Craft Cellar, find the drink of your choice and the unique items you won't find anywhere else. Plus, local Iowa specialties like your favorite Edgewood Locker brats. You've reached your destination. 7085 C Avenue Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Local Craft Cellar, Eastern Iowa's best selection of craft beer. Please drink responsibly.
On on the Hawkeye Sports Network. From Learfield, you've been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling, presented by Pioneer, an American seed brand since 1926. Also brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. Oak Knoll, an active life care community. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, your family-friendly, dependable, and honest auto repair shop, celebrating 30 good years in Iowa City. Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, just minutes south of Iowa City. Homewood and Home 2 Suites, preferred hotel of the Hawkeye Radio Network. Iowa Lottery, be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit IALottery.com for details. And by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.
We now join Fox Sports Radio, already in progress on 800 KXIC and available on your Amazon smart speakers just by saying, Alexa, play 800 KXIC on iHeartRadio.
In the NHL, Hurricanes 6-0 over the Lightning, a final NASCAR win for William Byron. I'm Steve DeSig.
Fox Sports Sunday is on.
One time we gon' give it to you like this, yeah, like this, yeah, like this.
The plays, the sounds of the game, the interviews, the breaking news, the top stories. When it goes down, we'll cover it here. Your Fox Sports Sunday is right now.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind.
Live from the TireRack.com studios of Fox Sports Radio. Here's Dan Beyer and Brian Noe.
Broadcasting live from the TireRack.com studios. TireRack.com will help you get there. An unmatched selection, fast free shipping, free road hazard protection, and over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. I don't want to read into the Lakers' win today, Brian, no, but I am going to read into the loss by the Warriors. Again, is this whole sense of where the NBA is, of if you think that a team can just reset, turn it on, and go, not going to happen. And Steph Curry comes back to the lineup today after missing a month of action because of the leg injury.
This is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling on AM 800 KXIC, Iowa City.
Welcome back to Ann Arbor. We get to the final matches of the tournament. Only two of them left. Top seed Mason Paris of Michigan against the number 2 seed Greg Kirkfleet of Penn State. That is for the championship. Third place will be Iowa's third seeded Tony Cassiope against the number 7 seed Tate Orndorff of Ohio State. Lucas Davison wins by forfeit at 5th place. Kopis of Purdue wins by forfeit for 7th place. Paris with a nice carry to a takedown. When's the last time you saw a carry from a heavyweight?
Not in a long time. I tell you what, Paris has really looked good in this hitting shots in this tournament. Like, really good. Like, just watching, I was watching how, when we came in on Friday and watching the Michigan team kind of go through their warm-up and get their workout in, on Friday before the tournament started on Saturday. He wasn't just kind of down there going through the motions. He was specifically working on certain things, and you could tell he's got a plan right now, and he's sticking by it. And that shot he hit right away on Kirkley, that was no mistake. He came out, he had a game plan. He knows he wants to score right away, and he went after Kirkley right away. He knew that what Kirkley was going to do, how he was going to step, and that's what made that shot look so good.
Cassiope halfway through the first period, no score. He's wrestled Orndorff 4 times before. The first 2 times they wrestled, he won by fall. The last 2 times, winning 11-0 in 2021 and then 13-4 last year. No score so far. Hawkeyes with 2 champions. Spencer Lee 8-2 over Cronin and Real Woods 2-1 over Brock Hardy.
They just called...
There's a takedown for Cassiope. Just hipped in after an underhook and bumped Orndorff down to the mat. Did they call Paris for stalling?
Yeah. He said they didn't circle.
I love it. Cassiope going to work from that top position. Trying to get that right arm out onto the back, like he always does. Patrick Kennedy lost his championship match 9-6. Nelson Brands finishes in 5th with a 5-1 win. Jacob Warner finishes in 5th, winning by injury default. That brings us here to Big Tony. That's your Hawkeye Tournament recap presented by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, home of the Draft Day Sports Lounge, a luxury hotel and spa, 5 restaurants, and more, just minutes south of Iowa City.
Orndorff got called for stalling on the bottom.
Cass had gotten all the way out front, but then lost the arm, so hops back around behind. Orndorff at his base. They go out of bounds. Actually, the period comes to an end, so Cass leads 2-0. Hawkeye women up 105-72 inside of 30 seconds to go there. So congratulations to Lisa Bluter, back-to-back Big Ten tournament champions. Cassiope starts down to begin the second period. Looking for that hand control. Orndorff trying to go over top the head, and Tony just able to stand up, get out for the escape. Gives him a 3-0 lead. Paris leads Kirkfleet 2-1. Cassiope and Orndorff both with half snatch attempts, just kind of throwing their arms out. Tony, a double leg.
Nice shot. Come on.
Comes up, tried to get up over into that seatbelt and then just drives through the arm and finishes for 2 more.
Good shot, good finish right there by Tony.
Cass going to work again, working on that wrist.
Gives him a 5-0 lead, 2 takedowns and 1 escape. He's got over a minute riding time now.
Kirkfleet gets the escape. Paris gets his riding time to 103.
So that's all tied up 2-2, but Paris does have 103 in riding time. That's in the second period with a minute and a half to go.
Cassiope gets the arm on the back, but he
that's all right. That's
allowed
all right.
Orndorff to stand up. Makes it 5-1 now. 40 seconds to go. Let's get another one here, Tone. Nice high crotch
shot,
head to the outside.
Tony.
Cuts
Nice.
off to the double for 2.
Very well done, Tony. Man, he's making it look easy. Making it look easy. That's how Tony's just been like his whole career. You know, you take the top 3 guys. Well, actually, before it was almost top 2. Paris and Gable Stevenson out of the picture because he was 3-0 against Kirkley at one time, and now he's 0-3 against Kirkley this year. But you take those top couple guys out of the equation, and he just blows the rest of the heavyweight field just like out of the water. It's like not even close. But he just can't get over the hump of beating those top couple guys. Obviously, Gable Stevenson, an Olympic champion. It's kind of tough. You're asking for a lot there, but he's capable for sure of beating the likes of Mason Paris and Greg Kirkley. He's proved it. He's beaten Kirkley 3 times. Paris, he nearly had to beat had him on the ropes at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Just got to figure out and keep working and trying to improve and bring your wrestling up to another level to be able to beat those guys when it counts, which is obviously here in a couple weeks down in Tulsa. He's going to have to go through more than likely Kirkley and then to get to Paris just like he did here in the Big Tens. But this match is not over yet, and I'm sure this match will kind of dictate the number 1 seed at the Nationals between Paris and Kirkley.
Paris to his feet and almost got a reversal, but instead gets the escape.
You know, and the thing about Paris is why he has an advantage over Cassiope against Kirkley is Paris is just so much bigger and stronger, just so much more powerful. Like you just saw right there in that explosive stand-up situation.
Paris and Kirkfleet are both, probably 3 or 4 inches taller than Tony?
Yeah. I think Kirkfleet is probably weighs more than Paris would be my guess, but I don't know. They're both probably fluctuating right around that 270 level.
There's a shot by Kirkfleet, go behind attempt by Paris, but Kirkfleet scrambles, squares back up with him. Over there, 30 seconds left. Tony Cassiope leading 8-1, plus he's got riding time. That the entire Hawkeye team's over there
behind the
scores table. Another stall call. Makes it 9-1, 10-1 with the riding time.
I just saw Cale Sanderson telling Kirkley to hit that low single, that head and low shot that he hit on. I'm assuming he's talking about that shot that he hit on Tony Cassiope twice in the All-Star meet earlier this year. Cale Sanderson being more vocal in this match than I've seen him the whole tournament.
Cassiope will get a riding time point and win by a score of 10-1. Finish in third.
Oh boy, Tony Cassiope. Way to end it with a major decision.
Oh my goodness, a stall call against Paris.
I can't believe they did that in Michigan here.
Ties it up at 3.
We are tied at 3.
Wow.
Man. And then a double leg attempt by Kirkfleet. They're going to go to sudden victory.
And that first stall call was, for not circling on the edge, which was a terrible call. Just chalk this one up to another poorly reffed match here.
Kevin Jackson letting one of the head referees know. Can't remember that guy's name, Joe something.
I can't remember either, but I agree with Kevin Jackson on that one for sure, 100%. Again, if you go back to you call it in the first period like you call it in the last period. Does he get called for a stall call right there in the first period? Absolutely not. No way. Never. 100 times wrestling. He will not get called in the first period for a stall call like that.
Michigan fans wanting a stall call on Kirkfleet. Kirkfleet takes a shot. Paris. Front headlock, trying to circle around behind. Kirkfleet on his knees, throwing that arm out. Paris trying to circle, grabbing a knee, continuing to drive in, and takes him down.
Yeah, just ran him over. Completely ran him over.
What a match. Mason Paris with the win.
I'm glad Paris won that match, not because Kirklee's from Penn State, but he deserved to win that match. It should never, ever have gone into overtime. He deserved that match in regulation. Kevin Jackson is that Jason Wedgbury that was reffing?
Wedgbury, yeah. Well, the Hawkeyes will finish.
He blew the call against the technical violation for the Mad against the Amin call, too.
Yeah. Hawkeyes will finish second. Penn State at 147. The Hawks should be at 134.5, I believe. I think Cody Goodwin had his pre-seeds in, and the Hawks were like 30 points behind Penn State. So we did well.
Well, we wrestled 2 or above our seeds in 8 out of the 10 weight classes. We wrestled 2 or above. The only 2 weight classes we didn't were 157 and 197.
No, 84.
Huh?
97, we were 5th, and we got 5th.
Oh, 84, yeah. 57 and 84. We were 5th, and we got 7th in both of those. So that's, you know what? When you go off of the seeds and off of the paper, that's a pretty darn good turn for the Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes did really well. We're taking all 10 guys to Tulsa. And we came out of here without any further injuries, at least we're aware of. And we got some momentum. We got some momentum going. I mean, even, you got a guy like Nelson Brands who looked good against Edward Ruth, scored takedowns, and, beautiful duck under to a double. I mean, you could go up and down the line. We got some momentum. We got some things going in our direction. We got a ways to go if we're going to catch Penn State, but at the same time, we're heading in the right direction.
2 individual champions. We will have the at-large bids announced on Tuesday. We will have the brackets released on Wednesday. And then a week from Tuesday, we'll hop a plane and head down to Tulsa and get ready for what should be a really exciting NCAA Wrestling Championships Thursday through Sunday of that week. So, Mark, any other thoughts here before we get things packed up and try to hop a plane back home?
Nope, I think we got to get packed up. Steven, thanks for an awesome couple of days. We saw some really, really good wrestling. I like the Big Ten tournament better than I do the NCAA tournament. We're closer to the action. It's great action. There's no kind of just working your way into the tournament type of things. You're into the action right away. I'm bummed that it's over, and we're going to have to wait another year for the Big Ten tournament to come come around again. Where's it at next year?
I believe it's in Maryland.
Maryland, and then Penn State again.
That's what Bobby Telford was saying, yeah.
I don't know
Penn
how
State
that
got
happened.
it another time because they held it in 2021, but there was no fans allowed. So they're going to allow them to re-host it with the opportunity to have fans there. So,
Well,
such it is.
Is what it is. Let's go hop on our plane, get back to Cedar Rapids, and then recoup and get ready to do it all over again in Tulsa. And everybody out there, thanks for listening. Thank you for our sponsors. Congratulations to the Iowa women's basketball team on their Big Ten championship and blowout against Ohio State today. It's been a good weekend.